Welcome everyone to another day of Blade and Soul Korea Season 2. My name is Joel Sophie. Joining with me as always is going to be Ending Life, and we're here for the second day of Season 2, where we're continuing on from the quarterfinals, looking at Group B today. Got to see Group A yesterday with lots of exciting action and lots of unexpectancies in terms of the teams that we thought would do a lot better depending on their Season 1 result, but it didn't turn out to be that case with Anarchy coming up on top.
Exactly, GC Busan Red and Kureta, the two teams that we personally thought would have, Group A in their hands, and we were thinking, oh, is it gonna be GC Busan Red like Season 1, or will Kureta have prepared and take over GC Busan Red? But it was neither of those two teams, and like Joe said, it was Anarchy. But today we also have some new teams, some old faces coming back, some new faces coming into different teams. So I'm not going to make any more predictions like yesterday because I don't know what's going to happen with the four teams today.
And it feels like the offseason has definitely had an impact as to the players' preparation as for this new season of Season 2. Of course, we only had about a month where the players could prepare and just get ready for the Season 2 to see what they can make out of it. But we saw from yesterday definitely the Group A action that happened from the quarterfinals. For the first day, the opening day of Season 2, we saw GC Busan Red struggling against GFAM even, barely just beating them out after losing the first two games and winning the next three for a reverse sweep. It got to the second half of it all, but in the end, they were pretty much stomped by Anarchy in a 3-0 deficit.
Exactly. So basically, GC Busan Red, they definitely struggled throughout, but they were still considered second best in Group A. Whereas Kureta, we thought they were such a strong team since Season 1, but they didn't even make it to the top two of Group A. And as you see on the screen overview, well, all of the quarterfinals until next Saturday will be best of 5, and as usual, set 3 will be the random roulette. And starting the semifinals, we get into our best of 7.
And that's going to be starting from next Sunday. But for today, we're going to look at Group A and Group B altogether. These 8 teams that have come in from the preliminary rounds from the online tournaments back in a month ago. And here they are. Anarchy already coming up on top of Group A, and they are already made it to the semifinals. We're going to get the second placement of Group A, of course, next Saturday. But for the meantime, we're going to focus on Group B to see whether IDEPS, of course, they did come out as the finalists. Did not lose out many times, but they did lose out to GC Busan Red in the end of that Season 1. See if they can really repeat their results and come out on top of Group B.
Exactly, who is going to have that semi-final mark on them today. This is today's matchup. We'll have IDEPS versus Nyang Nyang, Kureta Zeus versus Bang, and this you guys have seen if you saw yesterday's broadcast. I'm curious as to who will make it into the semifinals and secure a seat. But next Saturday, we have the first teams being eliminated, finding out who will not make it into the semifinals, who will not have a chance to go into the Worlds.
To avoid that matchup altogether, you just have to make sure you place first out of your group today. And we saw Anarchy from yesterday from Group A doing well to get that done. And there's no way for them to be eliminated for the time being. And Group B, of course, we're going to get started with 2 teams, IDEPS and Nyang Nyang. Remember, IDEPS was the finalist from Season 1, barely losing out to GC Busan Red in that grand finals, but still credits onto them for a very nice season for them. But Nyang Nyang, remember them just kind of struggling to even get past the quarterfinals and couldn't even get past the first rounds, and they were one of the first teams to be eliminated. So if they really stepped up their game up during the offseason and made thorough preparations as to how to really just attack for this season here, it should be a good one to see how these two teams compare.
Yeah, and IDEPS, as you guys, if you have been following this tournament since Season 1, they're all very well-known players. We have Shingyun, Kim Hyungkyu, Kim Daeyoung, Choi, who is previously from GC Busan Blue, who has won back-to-back championship. But we also have Nyang Nyang, who is also, all 3 members are the same. And you mentioned Nyang Nyang struggling a little bit in the past season, but I still remember, other than the struggles that they had, Sang-won Lee, the guy with the assassin, the guy with the KFM, he's been just brawling with everything that he takes out in singles. They just have to kind of get their strategy together for their tag matches, and I think they're good to go. Yeah, they're good to go.
And it is their second season that Nyang is going to be trying their efforts to get further into this tournament. But you know, we had Digitally, obviously the blade master for that team, had his own moments, doing pretty well on some of the singles. But you talk about really the tag being the problem of Nyang really not winning many tags as far as we can remember. And it was just a month ago, but we're still looking at currently July, end of July, heading almost into August now, where the tournament will come to conclusion. We'll see if Nyang really put in the work to adapt to all these competition out there. IDEPS is going to be the first one they have to kind of overcome through. So we saw Anarchy from yesterday seemingly kind of under advantage against Coup d'etat from yesterday, and we thought they would just get out at the first rounds, but they beat Coup d'etat very nicely and just completely blew out GC Busan Red. So we can't just count any teams out anymore. It just seems like we don't know the true skill level of the current play. So we have to just kind of wait and see how the teams have changed and adapted over time to see what the current July performances all these teams going to be.
Yeah, you know, it's exactly correct as you mentioned, Joel. You know, we can't take out any teams. We can't underestimate any teams because, you know, now everything has changed with, you know, the underdogs kind of blowing up, and now you see the match predictions, and this is, you know, this is a fan-based vote, and this is for the participation of the events as well. So, you know, this is not analytical, but still fans, they want to win events, they want to get the items, so they definitely vote to kind of with the knowledge of what they've seen in the previous tournaments.
And further, one thing, you know, the fan prediction doesn't always equate to that team winning out, because we saw from yesterday 92% towards Coup d'etat and 8% going to Anarchy that first round of Group A, and we saw that, you know, Coup d'etat handily beat out Anarchy in multiple instances. We're going to hear what the players have to say in this VCR, and we'll come back to the next segment.
혼자니?
혼자 왔고요. 독샷도 받고 그래서 좋은 것 같습니다. 김영규 선수는 일 때문에 못 왔고 최대영 선수는 이제 다이어트에 돌입을 해서 요새 좀 몸이 안 좋은가 봐요. 힘이 없어가지고 병원에서 지금 요양을 하고 있습니다.
2등 했다고 너무 해이해지신 것 같은데 좀 정신 차리셔야 될 것 같습니다. 뭐 해먹지.
오늘 안 나오고 쉬신 거 푹 쉬게 해드릴게요.
조가 편성이 됐을 때 현규 형이랑 대영이 형한테 이제 카톡을 보냈어요. 대영이 형이 좀 아픈데 흥분을 해가지고 신경아 이것만 한 20개를 보냈어요. 이번 연도는 네 해니까 네가 하고 싶은 대로 다 해라 이렇게 말을 했고, 저희보다 한 수 아래라고 생각하기 때문에 저희는 정말 꿀 대진이라고 생각을 하고 있습니다.
꿀이지.
꿀이지.
그렇지.
너무 꿀이다.
지난 시즌에 저희가 1승만 하고 떨어지게 됐는데
리빌딩을 할 수 있었다면은 검사밖에 안 키우는 그 녀석을 바꿨을 것 같습니다. 검사밖에 못하는데 왜 이렇게 못할까? 너의 머리가 의심된다.
누군지 모르겠는데
누가 봐도 이재준 선수거든요. 검사는 끌림검 하나에 잘하고 못하고를 판단하는데 이재준 선수는 그 타이밍을 잘 모르는 것 같아서.
굳이 끄량검을 맞춰야 되나요? 뭐 그런 거 없어도 뭐 괜찮을 것 같은데.
거짓말 좀. 코가 길어지고 있잖아. 손 들고 서 있어.
오히려 저한테 훈수 두더라고요, 나보고. 내 똥은 지가 다 싸던데.
이상훈 선수 빼고는 정말 다 쩔이거든요. 소환사 최지수 선수가 에이스라고 생각하시는 분들이 좀 많이 있더라고요. 기대하시면 실망이 크실 겁니다.
김신겸 선수가 게임을 알지 못하는 선수 같네요. 저희 지수한테 갈 것도 없이 제 손에서 정리하도록 할게요.
저는 암살자를 잡기 위해서 권사로 나올 수 있다고 생각을 하고 있기 때문에, 그래서 권사전만 준비시키고 만난다면 충분히 저희가 이상훈 선수를 꺾을 수 있지 않을까. 예선전을 봤는데 쉬는 동안 정말 푹 쉬셨나 봐요. 더 열심히 준비하셔야 될 것 같아요.
저희 준비 같은 거 안 해요. 모르셨나 본데.
제가 봤을 때 거기 도발하면 안 돼요. 그냥 쪽팔리는 거예요. 저희 좀 한번 이겨주셨으면 좋겠어요, 그쪽에서. 그 정도로 질 자신이 없습니다, 지금.
위기의 질서를 다져줘야 될 부분인 것 같네요. 아이뎁스는 8강이 딱이라는 소리가 있어요.
8강에서 끝내드릴게요.
8강 딸이 가자!
So you heard from the guys ending in. Heard that basically Shinga Kim doesn't even need his teammates to do the trash talking. And really no confidence to lose is what he said.
Yeah, exactly, and he also added that it's embarrassing to trash talk, and that definitely coming from Nyang. So because, you know, Nyang, like you saw in the VCR, like we all did, they only won one set last season. and they were eliminated. So, Shingyun Kim, like he said, he is, he's not confident to lose to them even if he wanted to. So we'll see how this plays out because, like we keep mentioning over and over again, yesterday there was definitely an unexpected twist. So, let's hope that there's some fun twists going on for today's matches.
Favoritism is definitely not a factor in the Season 2 of Blade and Soul Korea, and saw that GC Busan Red definitely wasn't the strongest team out of Group A, and let alone the entire tournament. But looking at items, of course, expected to be the top team from Group B and to come out at first place. But little do we know of how they prepared throughout that all season, see how better they got or how worse they got. There's going to be a lot of questions that we have to ask for them, but we're going to see a bit of indication from them as they face up against Yang.
Yeah, and right now on screen we do have Yang, and Jaejun definitely has a Destroyer and a KFM put down, but he's definitely just a Blade Master main. He's not like Junohan. He did not abandon the Blade Master. Unfortunately, though, Jaejun Lee is definitely not up to Junohan's old Blade Master skill level. So, even though he is staying on the Blade Master, his teammates kind of sometimes blame him for the tag matches lost. So we'll see how well prepared he came for today's matches.
That's going to be important. Jisoo Choi obviously putting her input as to the success of this team. Of course, that would be the main carry. With that KFM looking very good. His assassin is pretty good to just mention as well. So his team has really been all about how he does well and how well the other teams can support him. We're going to see the match prediction, obviously, from Group B. Most likely going to be IDIPS, and just understandably so, 97% with 3% only of the fans voting toward Yang. Means that IDIPS expected to win, but we still don't know the final results.
Yeah, we'll have to see the predictions, like we mentioned. It's just a fan base, so we'll have to see. Because yesterday there was just the low percentage team was just keep winning back to back, and Anarchy, they just won it all yesterday. They're the best of Group A. Who knows if Nyang might become the best of Group B? That would be a surprise. But if they do beat out IDEPS, the second place team from Season 1, they definitely deserve it, and we have nothing else to say.
Just on roster, I mean, we do have IDEPS along with Yang, Kurita Zeus, and also Bang. And just by looking at the roster themselves, it seems like a weaker 3 teams against IDEPS, who's looking to be the favorites here. Of course, we see obviously the roster that has the composition of something that we're very much used to now, the Soul Fighter for Shingen Kim, the Warlock of Dan and Choi, that did get better over time. Kyung Kim with the Blade Dancer has looked better as well. So if this composition can work out and get them to the finals again, they definitely will not be abandoning this one.
Yeah, and it's a question that I personally want to ask IDEPS as well, because we have 2 assassins on IDEPS and none of them are playing it.
Assassins is definitely not the one preferred in this meta for at least IDEPS, but we're going to see how they do in this game number 1 as we get for the first tag match of the day. Definitely heard the Nyang fighting out there, so lots of fans and lots of support over to this Yang side, starting off with Jisoo Choi. Gonna be on the Summoner against Shingen Kim on the Soul Fighter.
Yes, we do have that early interfere coming in from Daeyoung Choi, doing a lot of damage to Jisoo Choi. We did talk about, Jisoo being kind of like the semi-ace of the team, but with all these this damage taken super early on, I don't know how long she'll be able to last.
And a bit of a late defensive interfere, you have to mention, with that damage coming from the wall, like there's no time to waste to try to come for the interfere defensively. Once again, it does come in defensively, but what is to it? Because you do have Jisoo Choi still having to use interference to get out, and it's gonna be tagged out regardless. So at the same time, we're still looking at Silent Lee coming and trying to make the matter. But what?
Oh,
why did you tag in? Why did Jisoo Choi tag in?
I'm curious because Sang-won Lee came out, if you see the tag point used. So I think Sang-won Lee might have tagged out at the wrong time, and Jisoo Choi was next in line, which she shouldn't have been. So I think this was just a communication mistake, or Sang-won Lee just fat-fingered the tag button.
Maybe, and I mean, if you don't have the escape and you feel the danger of having to tag out, you can't do that, but it definitely has to be Jaejun Lee who's going to be full on health to get out, but Jisoo Jesus Choi was literally on 20% health as soon as she came in. Definitely not the right decisive movement for Nyang Yang. It's not going to help their cause in this game, number one.
Yep, there's another elimination coming from Shingyun Kim. Jae-jun Lee is out. We have Sang-won Lee, who's actually, I expect a lot from Sang-won Lee, but, you can't do anything when two of your teammates died within the first 2 minutes.
This is just a routine performance by IDEPS, and it doesn't seem as if they're going to be rival whatsoever. They basically haven't lost a single HP. They just did now, but does heal back, so basically they're all full health.
Yeah, this is definitely not a problem for IDEPS, and this is playing out exactly as Shingyun Kim talked about in the VCR. He's gonna have trouble losing to them, even if you wanted to.
Okay, not even gonna call for the interfere from Shingyun Kim. Just gonna try to go for the solo kill himself, Shingyun Kim, but finally does bring out Shingyun Kim on that defensive interfere.
Oh, ground ripple connects
Okay,
into the wall and just a clean finish.
So not even needing Shingyun Kim on that blade dancer to finish him off, and do I say clean?
Yeah.
Game number one? You gotta say clean if the team that won did a very good job of winning that one, but I think it's mostly due to the fault of Nyang Yang. Miscommunication, obviously tagging at the wrong time, and literally just sacrificing Jesus Choi for no reason whatsoever, and Jae-jun Lee coming out all confused, basically didn't do anything and died out within the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to see that again. Let's hope that the replay shows us. Alright, so that's actually what happened. Jisoo Choi was next in line when she tagged out. So she was next in line, which, Jae-jun should have been.
Yeah.
When Sang-won Lee tags out. But, Jisoo Choi comes in. I'm pretty sure it was miscommunication. It was definitely a big mistake that pro players shouldn't make, especially against a team of IDEPS.
And these are the top 8 teams of Korea, as you do mention, because they had to go through the online qualifications to make sure to get to the stage of the top 8. And you're looking at a top 8 team, guys, but against IDEPS, very, very far apart in terms of skill level difference.
Yeah, and you mentioned that Group A and Group B, this is the top 8. We did have that offline tournament for the preliminary, so yeah, there were a lot of teams participating here trying to get into this quarterfinals, but Nyang Yang making it up here definitely proves something. But is this where they want to be stopped? Is this how far they go?
I mean, they at least won one set last season. I mean,
yeah.
If this run continues, they might not even win a single set. I mean, of course, the singles have looked better for Nyang Yang altogether, even in Season 1. But Season 2, where do they stand as we see the next single come up? And Daeyoung Choi is going to be coming out with the Assassin. And wait,
Sang-won Lee on the Blade Master. I think he wants to teach Jae-jun Lee, the Blade Master main, how to play a Blade Master when Sang-won Lee's main is the Assassin and the KFM.
And Sang-won Lee does have it registered, the Blade Master, at the third priority class for him. And basically after Assassin KFM, is the Blade Master is going to be the next one in line. So third priority class picked up by Sang-won Lee on this single. That's going to be the one decided to go up against one of the best assassins we know of Daeyoung Choi. Of course, trying to work on his diet, trying to lose some weight, but hope he doesn't lose his skills along with that. See how he does.
Yeah, let's hope so, because we saw that Daeyoung Choi felt kind of sick before the tournament, but let's hope he's better.
And let's hope he recovers. See how much of an excitement that Daeyoung Choi will bring out with the assassin as we get on to game number 2 for the next singles. After that disastrous game number 1 from Nyang Yang, and we're gonna get back to singles with IDEPS. They want to extend this lead over to a 2-0 advantage, and with Daeyoung Choi on the assassin, you can definitely count on him to get that done.
Yeah, we definitely expect a lot from Daeyoung Choi's assassin. However, Sang-won Lee's Blade Master, this is actually a first, because we've seen his KFM, we've seen his assassin. Now, if he beats Daeyoung Choi with the Blade Master, if he does, I don't know, Jae-jun Lee might just get fired from the team.
Just be, and we're seeing already second knockup. That's going to be the first to go with, and still puts a lot of damage and forces out both escapes from Daeyoung Choi from this very beginning of the game. Already the stun getting caught up. Does have the time escape, Jae-jun Lee. Someone my bad. But, the one that has to get out. Not going to use it for the time being, and just going to stay lying in the ground.
He's gonna save it. Daeyoung Choi runs away as well, just in case. If he uses escape right away, gets knocked back, Daeyoung Choi has no escape. He's gonna die right away. So it was a smart call for Daeyoung Choi to leave, as well as Sang-Won Lee to save his escape as well.
So good trade going for both ways, and Sang-Won Lee on this Blade Master. I have to keep reminding myself that this is not Jae-Jun Lee. It's gonna be Sang-Won Lee on the Blade Master, and see how he does. Of course, the body swap that does happen over to the stun. Still has a tab escape. Remember, Sang-Won Lee can get out if he wants another stun coming in with that close shade. Put on that bombard.
There we go.
Still goes through to put in a lot of damage. And Daeyoung Choi gets a good trade back, and now a lot closer in terms of HP bar for both teams.
Yep, and the escape knocking him down forces Daeyoung Choi to use Lotus of Escape. However, as we all know, he still has his stealth up. We'll see how Sang-Won Lee will defend and, you know, try to counter Daeyoung Choi's offensive moves.
Daeyoung
He
Choi
will
going
block
for
the
it again.
blades.
Once again,
Oh,
a
but the
stun
stun
coming through, but
coming
no
through.
escape coming in for 8 more seconds. Sang-Won Lee, can he survive for a bit longer? Another stun with the poison breath, because the close shade with the bombard will be the one to finish it off, and Daeyoung Choi showing us once again that he is one of the better assassins out there, and collects another win percentage over to IDEFs.
All right, it seems like Sang-Won Lee was trying to prove something to Jae-Jun, but unfortunately this time around he just proves to him that he can lose as well as the tag. So we'll see if anything will change in set 3. But you know, Sang-Won Lee definitely had a great lead in the beginning, taking out Daeyoung Choi's both escapes, and no, it was very unfortunate that he was unable to counter Daeyoung Choi's offensive moves after he got his escapes back.
You saw that basically after that. Really composed by Daeyoung Choi to take it one step at a time, not trying to go for an all-in altogether, just put the risk of him getting died out when he didn't have his own escape. So, like I said earlier, just taking it composed, taking it just sympathetic at a time, and just taking one step. He knew that over time he was going to get the stuns that he needed over that full combo. Each and every time, that will be the one, Daeyoung Choi, to get the win. In that game number 2, see what game 3 is going to be. And we're going to go to the roulette to find out which format we're going to use.
Alright, here we go. I'm pretty sure Nyang Nyang is definitely not wanting singles because, you know,
Are they though? I mean,
well,
do
like,
they want singles or do they want tag?
Sang-Won Lee is... now I don't know.
Yeah, as I'm saying, Nyang Nyang seems to be bad at both.
What if it's just a free win to the losing team?
Literally, I mean, what happened in game number 2 is that they sent out Sang-Won Lee because he is their best player on the team, and you lost. Now, who do you send out for this next singles? It's a set 3, it's going to be single, could be the last game. Who do you send out? Do you send out Jisoo Choi? Do you send out Jae-Jun Lee? It's a tough question. It's like one of those SAT questions. I know you're so close to getting that 2200, and you do get that 2150 because you know that question that you're gonna miss.
It's kind of like one of those grammar questions where you feel like they're both bad grammar, which is less bad.
Oh.
It's not like you know the answers are so correct that we're not they're both bad. Jae-Jun Lee and Jisoo Choi. I don't know if they're, you know, as good as Sang-Won Lee in singles, and they're both bad. Who do you choose?
It's a multiple choice question that has no right answer.
Yeah.
So what do you pick? They look just as confused as we are.
They're definitely looking at each other like, which one of us is
Which one of us should go out to lose?
Yeah.
That's the one they're deciding here, and IDEPS, Yang Yang's going to be holding their thoughts for a bit, but Shingen Kim's going to be coming out with the Soul Fighter. Jisoo Choi is going to be coming out with the Summoner. See if that interview trash talk between the two players is going to actually come to fruition. Jisoo Choi was saying that you should just go back to your booth and just abandon your gaming career, whatever you want to do. And Jisoo Choi is an opportunity now to prove her point against one of the former best player that we had here in all of Blade. So Shingen Kim used to be a legend of its time. Of course, not the case anymore, obviously. You know, he still has his wits and about and still has his moments, but Shingen Kim is not the same Shingen Kim that we knew from a couple of years ago. But here he is, looking like very much a favorite over Nyang Yang's Jisoo Choi.
Yeah, I'm very curious because, you know, I'm pretty sure Jisoo Choi, it's an honor for her to go up against Shingen Kim. Let's just hope that she's able to do some damage to him before she dies.
You know what she is, we're expecting her to lose, but we're in for surprises as well. As game 3 gets underway between IDES and Yang Yang. Could be the last one for Yang Yang if they don't win out this one. Let's see what happens. Let's get to it. One thing I'm saying for sure is that this could be the last set for this series, and it could be the shortest series that we had throughout this tournament so far. Might be the shortest we'll ever have throughout this tournament. And she's a Choi.
She's definitely going aggressive though.
She's literally going all in. All in or go home, and that's basically what it is. Go big or go home. It's going to be Jisoo Choi, but she gets caught off.
Glacial Beam
Goes
actually
up to the
lands.
aerial. Kim still trying to go for the difference here. Knocks himself down once again. Still
They're
goes
just
for
both.
damage, but the cat is going to be one to really get the knock up here and trying to go for the damage, but Jisoo Choi taking the brunt of the damage.
Again,
Once
Windstorm
again.
combo.
This is the cat really just standing still, doing nothing to help out her master. But at the same time, Jisoo Choi, what is she to do? She has the flower plants onto Kim, but really no significant damage for the time being.
Yeah, Shinga Kim just knows how to avoid the cat. He knows how to when to use the iframes. Just he's definitely outplaying Jisoo Choi here.
One more damage, not all to do, and then yeah. So we started the broadcast at 1300 exact here in San Antonio. It's 1327 with all the intros and everything put in.
Usually the first set of games is longest because we have that intro, we have the introduction.
It's about an hour, usually,
yeah.
but 27 minutes and 30 seconds is how long it took for that first series to end.
Yeah, Shinga Kim was just reading Jisoo Choi like a book. He knew what her cat and herself were gonna do. He knew when to step out. He knew when to iframe. He was just, you guys can see it for yourselves in this replay that the cat did get an airborne once, but that's not going to be a big deal for Shinga Kim, who still had his escape left over. He still has heals. It's not going to be a big deal, and you guys saw the outcome of this third set.
Shinga Kim wasn't even playing careful.
Yeah.
He was just all up in her face, doing damage, and not even afraid that he was going to take damage of his own.
He did take some. It's just, he
wasn't
was
scared.
He was willing to trade the damage because he knew he was going to come on top.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, that was one of the shortest series ever, I think. Like
One of the
you mentioned
shortest and one of the most awkward moments that we don't know what to commentate over. But, not much to say about this because Yang Yang just outmatched.
Yeah. Just outplayed,
Essentially.
outmatched. Yeah.
Everything about it was just a complete blowout, and we got the shortest series already. We already have to go to a commercial break, guys, and see if we're going to come back for more entertaining and more closely and even match second series. We're going to find out after a short break, guys. We'll be right back.
the moment I arrived. Now it's up to fortune as to which of us will die and who survives. Because it's written on the wall, one of us is bound to fall. I'll kill you or you kill me, but one thing's clear as day to see: we're both warriors by design. Warriors by design.
네.
여칠래?
아니.
안녕하세요. 저희는 빵팀의 김재유,
신용진.
김다훈입니다. 지난 시즌 4호 팀으로 출전을 했었는데 진유 형이 저희를 버리고 이제 가시고 정호는 군대를 가서 이렇게 팀을 새로 리빌딩하게 되었습니다.
KKC로 일단 활동을 했었는데 병천이 형을 이제 섭외하게 되면서 팀명도 바뀌었고요. 난전일 때도 되게 플레이가 침착해요. 욕심을 안 내고 그냥 자기 역할을 잘 수행하는 것 같아요.
진유 형 버스를 탔었는데요.
벨트 매라.
찰칵 승차감이 약간 부족했던 것도 있어서 다운 씨 이제 버스를 타게 됐습니다. 신차라 그런지 승차감이 뛰어납니다.
이번에 정규 시즌이 첫 출전인데 저번에 문파대전을 한번 나갔다가 준우승을 했었어요. 다들 저 아시죠?
누군지 모르겠어요.
강덕인 선수 역사로 한번 1대1 한번 붙어보실까요? 이번에 역사 접고 권사로 갈아타게 해드릴게요.
제우스 팀의 구멍은 주술사죠. 태그를 많이 안 해보신 티가 많이 나서 3대2로 싸우는 기분이 들지 않을까.
멘탈이 약하셔서 아마 팀이 금방 붕괴가 되지 않을까.
멘탈 면에서는 제가 더 위인 것 같아요.
용진이가 제2의 상욱이 형이라는 말이 좀 있거든요.
잘할 때는 잘하시는데 못할 때는 확 못하시는 스타일이거든요. 저도 비슷한데 그 정도까지는 아닌 것 같아요. 유리 멘탈인 것 같아요.
제가 상욱님 멘탈부터 먼저 깨드리겠습니다. 나이 많다고 안 봐드려요. 제가 제일 나이가 어린데 피지컬에서 확연히 차이가 느껴지실 거예요. 너무 빨라서 안 보이실 텐데 괜찮으시겠어요?
3대 빵. 빵이요. 빵. 빵. 목표를 이제 1승으로 잡았거든요. 빵 맛있게 먹겠습니다.
Welcome back, guys, to blade&soul Korean Season 2. We're back with the second series in line. You just missed us, and you're now joining our broadcast. This is the second series.
No, this is our first game of the day,
Come
guys.
on, don't troll us. And it just means that the first series ended quite quickly, and we're looking at now Coup d'etat Zeus. It's the second rendition of Coup d'etat, and see what these teams can do. Of course, KKC is what they were used to know. Duggan Kang and Sao Kim were joined in, but this time they do have a new entry. Byung-chun Jun is going to be coming in as the Warlock, as the new addition here, and really complimenting on his tag plays. And of course, his contribution to the team has been pretty good. That's what Coup d'etat Zeus has been saying. So we'll see how his team does with this new addition here. See how Coup d'etat Zeus fares against the other teams.
Yeah, you know, when they were KKC, Byung Tae was their Warlock, but now with the new addition, like you mentioned, we'll see how well they do, because in the VCR, I don't know which team is lying, because Bang was saying that, you know, Byung-chun Jun has, it feels like he has no experience in tag matches, but Coup d'etat was saying that he plays calmly even in tag matches, so we took him in. So we'll see which team was correct, which team was telling us a false information.
And they're going to be up against this team called Bang, literally just meaning bread.
Yep.
So we're going to be joined by Youngjin Shin, of course, very much a star assassin. As an individual, we remember him from last year. Got a glimpse of him and really got good moments of how well he can do as an individual performer, but his team was a little bit lackluster, so it didn't allow him to get very far into these tournaments, but he's going to be joining in with a lot of these other players here with Jae-yu Kim and also Dawn Kim, trying to join in with a lot of these rookies joining forces together to see how far they can get in Season 2 of blade&soul.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Like you mentioned, Joe, yeah, Youngjin Shin and Jae-yu Kim, they have experience in the regular season. Dawn Kim, as you saw in the VCR, he's only participated in the Clan Wars, but he did place second in that Clan Wars with the Destroyer. So we'll see how well he does, because now we know Shadow Destroyers with that execute damage, definitely something to watch out for.
It does about 50% damage in one go, and that's all it takes, but Coup d'etat Zeus receiving the favorites. In terms of voting, Coup d'etat Zeus getting 94%, with Bang only getting 6%. See how much of a blowout that is, because we saw the fan prediction of that previous series where INFs definitely went over Yang Yang in the most brutal of ways, and Yang Yang couldn't fight back for any of the third sets. And really, I went to a clean finish for INFs altogether in that very first set, the very first series of the day. But we're looking at the second one now. Coup d'etat Zeus, being the favorites that they are, can they have just as an easy time against Bang here?
Yeah, we'll have to see. This is going to decide whether Group B will have any twists or not, because in Group A we had twist after twist with Anarchy coming on top, but now we do get to see the composition of both of the teams.
Literally exactly the same. Assassin, Destroyer, and Warlock is going to be the one thing playing out here. Very much a conventional 2017 meta.
Yeah.
Of course, that's still viable in 2018, but more so, we like to bring in the Gunslinger instead of the Assassin now, but it's still in 2017 until now. It's still a very viable tag meta with the Assassin and the Destroyer. It's going to be right there, and the Warlock helping as a support. It's going to be always a thing to be looking out for. So really classic meta being brought out by both Kurita Zeus and Bang. See who gets the better of it in this game number 1.
Yeah, in 2017, the meta that they are bringing out both of these teams. You know, a lot of the players were forced to play the Warlock, but now we see some of the players bringing back out the Soul Fighter. We see some bring out the Gunslinger, like you mentioned. So, you know, now the meta is kind of shifting. It's kind of morphing. However, this meta is, you know, the conventional, the safe way to go for now, because so many players have practiced the Warlock because of last year's meta.
Talk about the Assassin being the main damage output, with the Destroyer being that standing position just to make sure they withstand all the threats and that aren't playing the defensive efforts there. Of course, the Warlock being the ultimate support that there is in all the Blade and Soul, can add to the damage when it provides the opportunities. It's going to be there, but that's the competition that both teams are going to be going with for Kurita Zeus and Bang. Really interesting to see. Kind of we have an idea of how Duggan Kang and Simon Kim's going to play in most of their matches, but we don't know too much about Yongjin Shin, of course, Jae-yu Kim and Dawn Kim. These three players from the side of Bang, see how they will fare against these veterans.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they play. I'm very curious as to how well Bang's team composition and teamwork will be.
And we're going to get on to game number 1, guys, of the second series to see Kurita Zeus and Bang. Who's going to be the better one out of this tag match? We're going to find out in this next match. Interestingly, we have a Warlock starting for Jae-yu Kim and Bang, and don't see Yongjin Shin be the first man up. Of course, with Simon Kim, understandably being the assassin, is going to be the first one out in the field.
Yeah, you know, Kurita Zeus, or previously known as KKC, even when they had Byung-tae Che, they never sent out the Warlock first, but this time around.
Okay, so we're going to get a remake, so the skill definitely didn't connect well there, and we definitely saw a mistake. You guys saw the really the awkward use of that escape. That stealth was kind of used for no reason, and just trying to get a remake as soon as we can, just to make sure we don't get anything out the way. So now we're still looking at Bang and Kurita Zeus a little about what we kind of find out as to who's going to take the win here, but a bit of a time needed for this, guys, and just to make sure that we come back into this game strong and we're able to find out the equalities of these two teams.
Yeah, you know, it's great that they got the remake within the first 5 seconds, because before anything happened, just in case, because when something happens in the game, even if nobody got knocked out, if they had a advantageous trade or something like that and you get a remake, you might feel kind of bad and they made something up or blah blah blah. But this time around, there's no one complaining. It was within the first, maybe even not even 5 seconds. So it was a clean remake. It was good for whoever called it out to call it out so early, so fast. So we'll get the remake. We'll get back into the game. It's not a computer issue or anything, so it won't take too long to fix. And let's hope we get back into the game with no issues this time around to see this second series.
And hopefully for you guys who don't have to do much waiting, hopefully we get to the game as soon as we can. We're all trying to do our parts with the production team, trying to get the technical things out of the way to make sure we're absolutely ready to get into this one. And it could be very interesting. Of course, we don't know too much about Bang, as we said earlier.
Yeah.
But Kurita Zeus, we have an idea. I think Byung-chan John and how he compares to Samul Kim. We're going to find out. I think we're ready to get into the second game, guys. Going to get into the second series. The first game, the tag match, to see if Kurita Zeus or Bang, who's going to pick up the win. We're going to find out. Okay, finally, we're getting the Assassin mirror match as we wanted. This is the most conventional start. The Assassin as a starter.
Okay, so we do have the mirror like you said. We'll see which assassin is better because, you know, in the VCR they said Youngjin Shin is kind of like Sang-ho Kim in a way where, you know, they both perform well when they do, when they're, you know, having a great day. But when they're both, you know, having a bad day, as they say, they both kind of suck. But we'll see which one is having the good day and which one isn't.
We're gonna find out. Of course, we saw the trade coming in with all those interfere coming from that Warlock. At the brink of it, we're gonna get Sang-ho Kim, who's a bit more damaged now, along with Byung-chun Jung, who tried to claim for that interfere to make sure to come on the assist. And Shin also, once again, just trying to make sure he gets the edge over Sang-ho Kim this early in the game. Gets that most of escape out of there already, and Sang-ho Kim already gets him up in the air. Youngjin Shin can do a little bit more damage. It's gonna force out the stealth, gonna force out that only escape left for Sang-ho Kim.
Alright, Kureta Zeus, two of the players there, Sang-ho Kim and Duggan Kang, they have a lot of experience, enormous amounts of experience in tournaments, in tag and singles. But this time around, Bang definitely has the upper hand here. They are definitely using their interferes wisely. They're making something out of it every time they come in, either for defensive or offensive.
Okay, Sang-ho Kim gets him up on the air with the webbing. So Youngjin Shin still gonna be stunned up, finally does stealth out. That the escape now is gone and does not even have the lowest of escape for the next 10 seconds. Shin wants to stall as much time as he can as he goes for the counter attack, but still going to be just a clean free tag out for both teams. And we're going to see the Warlock versus the Destroyer for the second edition game.
Alright, this is the first time we get to see Byung-chun Jun in action here as a Warlock. We'll see how well he does. This is tag. Get that reactionary 2v2 iron plating here for both sides. Sanctum is still down for the Warlock.
At the same time, we're still looking at who's taking the more of the damage, and Byung-chun Jun still hasn't countered back as much. And Sang-ho Kim, maybe on the winning end for now, still putting a lot of damage. The poison breath coming in from the interfere from Sang-ho Kim. It's going to do him pretty well, but for the meantime, Kureta Zeus needs to find more answers, because Sang-ho Kim now coming onto the field, looking like this team, Bang, is going to be on the upper end.
Yeah, Jae Kim does get onto the field with Sang-ho Kim tagging out. Gets chased, no escape, but he's doing a fairly great job here, even after being chased.
Hey, Byung-chun Jun, very careful there. And he tags in, but now has to tag out as soon as he just gets in. And that's going to be another tag point being used by Byung-chun Jun. And this is going to be the second one used by him. And oh man, Sang-ho Kim is going to be back out to the field, and not much done by the Warlock on this instance.
Alright, Jae Kim also tags out as well. This is a sim mirror match. It feels as if both teams are kind of trying to match this mirror match, kind of. We'll see which will come on top, because this time around, Sang-ho Kim decides to tag out first.
Youngjin Shin trying to go for the edge there, and with the Destroyer, Duggan Kang just trying to chase after him. With that football, of course, we know the football axe is a very strong one. Golden.
Yeah, it definitely is. Recently we did have that World Cup, so I'm pretty sure that is why all these players came out with this one on the axe.
There you go. We see both football axe, both here, and they're not going to go for anything here. Youngjin Shin still trying to go for the damage. Not much threat for the time being, but has to be careful. He doesn't have any more escapes, and now he's going to tag out over to Sang-ho Kim. Still a very even matchup for both teams now.
Alright, the body swap happens. Duggan Kang does tag out. Sang-ho Kim in trouble here. We'll see what the team on Bang side will decide to do. No interference coming in, okay, because Sang-ho Kim still has his gust up.
Okay, let's see what he does. We're still looking at this, and like I said, the tide escape is still there. The gust available to use if he wants to get that done. Finally, we do see a stealth from Sang-ho Kim. Time distortion giving all the escape right back. Youngjin Shin coming back out to the field. Now it's going to be once again a mirror match for the Assassins.
If you guys see the points here, it's fairly even. It's just Bang used one more tag, whereas Kureta Zeus used one more interfere. So we're kind of on
the execute! Oh, that was a crucial one. Almost got Youngjin Shin out of there. He just might have used a tag point. Last one just to get out of there. Youngjin Shin. Have to be careful, buddy.
He has both escapes, so he might just...
You're risking your life here. for that tag point that you're trying to not use. Just trying to shift around, trying to get to a right position. Does force out another escape from Sao Kim and force out the tag as well. So this might be where he has to be careful. The execute, almost looking that was going to come through, and finally does get out in time. And now it's going to be Jae Kim back out into the field on the Warlock, trying to fight back against Destroyer, Doug Kang. Oh, Destroyer ultimate.
Yeah, forces out that escape from Jae Kim. Doug Kang definitely has improved on his Destroyer. We know him as the KFM main, and last season he did come out to Destroyer for his team composition when he was on KKC. Did not work out that well, but this time around, it seems like he has prepped a lot.
He put in the work, definitely as you're saying, and now pulls him in once again. Jae Kim finding the execute damage onto mostly the Thrall. Still gonna go down with that cooldown being run out, but this Warlock has to be careful with Doug Kang. Finally taking a little bit of damage of his own, but Doug Kim has the threat under his belt. And he's gonna bring in Doug Kang and Doug Kim all together and see what we can make out of this.
Alright, that chase did not connect here, unfortunately. Byung-Jin Chun did not have to use his escape sanctum. His put down Thrall is out.
Ultimate.
The ult is actually connecting. He's just taking. Yeah, he just stood there, just took the damage.
Standing right there, just taking all the damage as he could. And done. Just be a little bit more careful there.
Oh, but he is poking him down though.
Yeah, Down Kim is finding the danger now. He doesn't have any tag point. Remember,
Reach
the
and
ultimate, the Warlock ultimate, is it going to connect?
No.
It's definitely not going to connect. A standing Warlock ultimate definitely wasn't the one to really count your luck upon it. Down Kim still moves through here with a low HP. Of course, Jae Kim string still up on him, but Down Kim does get the distance off in time.
Alright, both of the sides, no tag points whatsoever. We both have the Warlocks with one interfere, so we'll see when they decide to come in. An opportunity created from either side. We'll bring in that Warlock to eliminate whoever is on the field. We'll see which one of these two will create that opportunity.
Yeah, no tag point for either of these players. That means Down Kim and Sao Kim have to fight to the end, at least until the timer runs out. Down Kim does have about 30 more seconds that he has to spare. Sao Kim having on about a minute.
This is actually going longer than I thought because, you know, Kureta Zeus definitely had that experience, but they are having trouble against Bang.
Yeah, this might go full time, and it doesn't seem as one-sided as we expected. Just a little bit closer in terms of the match advantage. Sao Kim still not finding the aggression to move forward towards Down Kim. Now it's going to be force tagged out. You see the chase that will come through. Does get the escape out of there. Youngjin Shin, no escape of his own. He's going to get the escapes right back with the interfere coming in from Jae Kim.
Alright, we'll see what happens because as we know it, no tag points whatsoever. So we only can utilize this interfere points that we have here. So now this is just going to be a mirror match until any interferes come in.
Okay, once again, Youngjin Shin having to use the stealth. Lotus escape out as well. So now it's going to be an advantage. Okay, but he only has 10 seconds to pull the strike, and Youngjin Shin just playing it careful, not having the escapes available. Be careful.
Ooh, the stun is landed. The reaction of 2v2 right before
the
tag out.
execute! That's going to be a lot of damage, but that iron plating in time just barely gets that, but doesn't matter. And that was him taking the most of the damage there and really putting the damage onto him. And really, Doug Kang has most of the damage being input out of the entire game so far.
Yeah, Bang definitely had that early advantage at the beginning of the match, but that was already 8-9 minutes ago, and you know, after that,
Jae Kim's hitting out, and Byung-Chin Jun just gets a solo kill off the end. And all we're gonna see, just a clean finish here. Don't have to go to that last 1 minute here. We're gonna get this the interferes right back, but doesn't really mean for Bang because they don't have any more teammates to rely upon.
Alright, we'll see if Down Kim will be able to make a difference here. It is a 3v1, but no tag, mind you. So if he does, ooh, a nice Typhoon right there.
Even if they go to the TK, I just feel like Zeus is just far too ahead. I don't think they're going to lose out in the damage chart, but we're going to find out what Down Kim can do for the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, it is an exact mirror match in composition. So TKO, if it does go down to it, most likely Kureta Zeus will be having that advantage and the upper hand in the TKO.
Get the pummel up and should try to just get the damage up when he can, trying to get at least 1 kill before this is all done with. Still looking forward here, and definitely done. Still holding his ground for the 7 seconds that he has still left standing. If it doesn't result in a single death on the side of Kureta Zeus, he does get 1 death over end. So that 1 kill versus the 2 kill what will be the conclusion here, but still seems as if Kurita Zeus will have the edge.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, I like how the sportsmanship of Down Kim not giving up until the end. You know, he was showing how well he played, and yes, the TKO definitely does go to the side of Kurita Zeus.
40,000 difference in terms of damage, and that will be a TKO finish for Kurita Zeus, who were supposed to be the favorites and didn't look like so for the first 8 minutes of the match. And finally, they turned it up when Yongjin Shin did die out to that execute damage, and really the Destroyer doing the most of the damage in that round, especially from Duggan Kang. And just an impressive performance by the Destroyer on the side of Kurita Zeus.
Yeah, so this is the super early game where, like I mentioned, Bang definitely had the advantage. They had that upper hand in the trades that they were going back and forth with. You know, this is the first 2 to 3 minutes here, and after that, it was just downhill for Bang. They could not get control over Sang-ho Kim or Duggan Kang or Byung Chun Chun, and you know, Kurita Zeus made some mistakes, but Bang just made more mistakes.
That's what it is, and they held up very nicely to the end, and thought that it would have been a lot closer of a finish because they put a decent amount of damage. Talk about that Destroyer ultimate putting so much damage onto the Warlock as well. It just seems that, you know, if they stood still until the very end, then we thought that TKO difference would have been a lot closer.
Oh yeah.
Just went over to the side of Bang, but just couldn't hold on for that last 2 minutes of the game, and really that execute damage is crucial. It does get the iron plating in the end, just crucially saving him from dying out, but without a tag, you know he's gonna die out soon after that.
Yeah, the execute damage, the timing that Duggan Kang came in with the interfere. Perfect timing when he was CC to get the full damage of execute and some more after that. And that does knock out Yongjin Shin, one of the assassins that we saw and had our eyes on, but unfortunately, he was unable to make a big difference here in this first set.
We've had our metas in 2017 where the wallbang from Destroyer did most damage out of any other character in the game, and now we're kind of seeing the execute being a huge factor. When you get that opportunity and the Destroyer comes out with that execute damage, 50% damage just gone.
Yeah.
So it definitely has shifted the meta a little bit over towards that direction, and now Destroyer becoming an important asset in terms of putting out the most damage as we get to set 2 for this game.
Yeah, we'll get singles here, and you know, for on the side of Bang, we have Down Kim on the Destroyer, who's used to playing singles even with the Destroyer. Same goes for Yongjin Shin. You know, we remember him from last year. We called him, you know, he was born to play the Sin because his last name is Sin. So we'll see which one will come out. Same goes for Kurita Zeus. Other than Byung Chun Chun, we have both Sang-ho Kim and Duggan Kang who are kind of very experienced in singles. So we'll see. I'm not. Oh, there we go. We have the Assassin versus the Destroyer.
So Down Kim comes up first. We don't want to make the appearance on the Destroyer, but Down Kim on the Assassin hasn't looked the best in game number 1. Of course, it was mostly up to Duggan Kang putting the most of the damage.
Yep.
That really saves Kurita Zeus from losing that game number 1. But Down Kim, of course, we know a true veteran of this Blade and Soul scene, and he's going to be looking to get another win for Kurita Zeus, make it a 2-0 advantage.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because usually people would say the Assassin has the advantage, but we'll see what happens in the second set.
We're gonna find out what happens. The Assassin of Down Kim going up against Down Kim of the Destroyer in the second round. Here we go for the second round. To Zeus. See what he can do against the Destroyer of Down Kim. From Bang.
Well, you know, Down Kim definitely had his moments in Clan Wars, but this is regular season. Here we go. The smash does land. Making that offensive move here. Down Kim out of both escapes now.
It's gonna be crucial for him, and Down Kim's still just spinning around.
The
Gonna get the
wall.
wall bang. The wall bang is still happening. The stun
here.
that comes through, that will continue on the damage. Just a
Lovely
Judgment
Judgment
Cleave. Still going forward here. Just 70% of damage just out of there, and Down Kim in a dangerous situation now.
Let's hope that Down Kim definitely still has the count in his head. 5 more seconds of Lotus Escape, 10 more seconds of the stealth. He has advantage. He could go offensive, but now when you're webbed.
Yeah, it's gonna be onto the webbing. That means the frame is gonna be out. Inside of Down Kim, and Down Kim does try to just counter back. Still gonna be looking to fight against Down Kim.
All right, escape is out again. Only stealth left over for Sang Kim. That's the homework that you have to do down. Get one more stealth, and then the victory is yours. Here we go with the Typhoon.
Okay, it's just gonna get him to a
Smash.
loading once again. Once again, the stun
No
that
stealth.
will come through.
Okay,
and
there we
no
go, the stealth.
finally does come through for the side of
Oh,
Sang
gosh.
Kim, and no escapes for 30 seconds just about now. And has to even plan down that Lotus to make sure he has that secondary escape. But for the time being, Down Kim is on an immersive. Just an advantage already.
Yep. High right chord, here we go. Knockdown probably, there we go. Down Kim has his escapes. He has to make his move now before he gets, before Sang Kim gets Lotus with escape, and
that's
there
a
we
stun
go!
That will come through 3 more seconds and no
Drop him down.
Lotus being planted. That means 5 more seconds that he has to try to get that pommel into play. And one more that would have done it, but finally does get out Sang Kim. But he's still very close to him, so he has to be a little bit more careful. Just getting hit by the Typhoon will finish him off, and finally plants out that Lotus. He does have that secondary escape now available.
Yeah, and he used his stealth right away too. Here we go, persistence here. Again, both escapes out for Sang Kim. This is the 3rd time back-to-back usage of his escape here.
20 seconds left before Sang Kim can finish him off. No escapes whatsoever for the Assassin, and a Destroyer for Down Kim can get his team back to even.
Definitely here, Down Kim is trying, but the body swap.
The swap doesn't lead to anything. We're going to see some multiple damage come through, but the Lambda just knocks him down, but still no continuation from Sang Kim from any of these angles, and finding a little bit of damage already, and Down Kim is going to lose all this opportunity. Now just going to go up to 10 seconds. Down Kim has to be careful. 10 seconds left to go, and no Lotus being planted. Remember, 30 seconds left to go.
All right, Lotus will come back
Now,
but the Typhoon!
TKO. It's just going to go TKO, and it's going to lead to the end, but I would just have to imagine that Sang Kim did not do as much damage as Sang Kim did for all of that game.
Yeah, well, I think Sang Kim is gonna have the win here. Oh!
I'm wrong. Why do you think that Sang Kim was gonna get the win?
Cause he's an assassin, and you know their health bar was pretty similar. Yeah, Sang Kim was a little bit lower, but you know, Destroyer being a Destroyer, he did heal up a little bit. Sang Kim also healed up a little bit, but still, yeah, like you know, it was kind of iffy. But yeah, Down Kim.
I just felt that's for me. I mean, Down Kim did the most consistent damage over time, and Sang Kim only had that last spurt in the end.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, his terms of putting out damage was really absent throughout the entire game to it.
That is true.
Down Kim, just look at that, just over and over again. Gets it down to 30% health. Does heal back up Down Kim for most of that game, but look at that, just Down Kim just putting on the pressure left and right. And any time of that game, just one more stun out of just finished him, and just a pity that it didn't even go to a complete knockout, and it had to go to a TKO in the end for Down Kim.
Yeah. Wow, that was it was well played by Down Kim. You know, he could have just got a KO here if he calculated the escape timing perfectly to the second. But I'm pretty sure, you know, he was iffy-jiffy on that escapes coming back first. Sang Kim maybe like 2-3 seconds difference, and you know he thought Sang Kim had his escape when he didn't, so he didn't try to go for that super aggressive play. So you know, but either way, Down Kim comes on top of this.
And now we're gonna get an even matchup between these two teams, Kurita Zeus and Bang. Even at 1-1, gonna get the roulette to see what our next match is going to be. Was a single last time around, and it seems like we might get a tag here.
Okay, yeah.
That's what we're gonna get, and
Oh no, is it going to singles?
no.
Oh, it's singles.
What are you talking about? It's tag.
Wait, it's tag?
They were both tagged.
Oh, they were both tag. Oh,
Yeah,
I saw the color difference. I was like, it's singles.
You need to go to the eye doctor.
Yeah, eye doctor, yeah.
Oh my goodness. And we're here once again. And it's gonna be another tag, and
Oh gosh, something's wrong with my eye, isn't it?
yeah, you need your eyes to cast.
Yeah.
Ending, and we definitely would like you to continue on casting. We need your eyes for it. So, unfortunately, the doctors are closed on Sundays. We can visit them tomorrow. So we're gonna get to a tag match, set 3. So last time around, Kurita Zeus and Bang were pretty evenly matched. We thought we didn't know the winner until the very end. And we're gonna get to it once again to see what difference Bang is gonna make. As long as Hyungjin Shin doesn't make the mistake of dying out to the execute damage from Duggan Kang, I feel like Bang would have it a little bit close, and maybe another chance for them to win here.
We'll have to see. This is their chance to come back. Not just the win to get the point, but since they did lose out the first set in tag, if they win here in this third set, it proves that, you know, they are on top with tag and in singles. But for now, Kudeta Zeus definitely has the upper hand in tag, even though they did go to TKO. We'll see what happens in this third set.
And the first time these guys met in that tag field, Dougie Kang was the one that did most of the damage, knocking off Yongjin Shin with the execute damage, and did it multiple times. And for the same time, not much to answer being given from the side of Bang. And but otherwise, other than that one, Dougie Kang putting the execute damage 2 times in a row,
Yeah.
it just seemed a pretty even matchup. No really player outmatching the other in terms of the damage. And we'll see how they do.
Yeah. I'm very curious because it was a pretty close matchup the first time, so we'll see what happens here.
And get to game number 3 on this tag match on the roulette. Find out Kudeta Zeus. Who's going to take the advantage here from this 1-1 even scoreline? We're going to find out. There we go, another 10 minutes of play. That could prolong to the very end here. It's been all about TKOs for the first 2 sets here. And one going over to Kudeta Zeus in that tag, going over to Bang in that singles. Now it's 1-1 even to see who's going to take up the advantage in this game number 3.
Here we go, both escapes out for Yongjin Sin. Time Distortion had to come in here. The first 2 stealths, it was a good trade, but after that, Sang Kim just went aggressive. He was able to decoy and, you know, get that advantage in the offensive, forcing Yongjin Sin to call out for help.
And we're going to see that. Yongjin Sin still has to be a little bit careful putting damage on, and we're going to see the Destroyer putting in the wall bang, and Yongjin Sin is going to be out again.
Dougie Kang definitely prepped for this. He knew he lacked skills in Destroyer in Season 1. He definitely prepped that wallbang, the timing for the execution, and you know, those two are what you need in the tag match.
And Shin has been one of the most impressive rookies we saw from 2017, but he hasn't been able to show much.
Yeah.
I mean, little did he do for the 2 matches that he has played so far. Seeing that, just might have been a little bit of disappointment as to what we expected out of Yongjin Shin. Something that we're not getting.
Yeah, we're definitely missing something here, but Sang Kim coming out on the field trying to do his best. He did get that win for Bang in the singles. We'll see if he will be able to kind of get them a win here, even if their assassin is down.
Yeah, we're going to see Sang Kim still go at it here, trying to go for that win, but he's going to tag out to Jae Kim, who's very low on health. And how can he survive through this one? Jae Kim just out.
Yeah.
Sang Kim doesn't even need much help from his teammate, and just a bit of an awkward smile, and Sang Kim is not going to survive for any longer. And we're going to see him go out. It's going to be the quickest finish we have seen in a long time of the tag match.
Yeah, that was around 3 minutes, or maybe a little before 3 minutes, and that was a very quick match. And Byung-Chun Jun, it seems he's very composed right now, but you know, I want to tell him that Bang is definitely not one of the stronger teams here, one of the stronger teams within the 8, including Group A. So, you know, Byung-Chun Jun, right now, his team is doing very well, but I hope that, you know, he doesn't get too cocky over time.
We'll see what happens, because it seems like if the pace of the game continues on like this, it's just a complete domination over their opponent. Might just see them just win out this round and go over to the next round where they have to face up against IDES. IDES has looked really strong on that previous series, but we'll see how these 2 teams compare. We'll get that after another break, of course.
Yeah, Sang Kim definitely did try his best. They called him the bus driver of his team in Bang, but very unfortunately, this is it's going to be a 2-1 for Kudeta right now.
And we're going to have another tag. It's going to be bad news for the side of Bang.
Definitely bad.
They looked bad on that game number 3. They looked a little bit better in game number 1, just holding ground to ground against Kudeta Zeus. But you know what we're going to get for this last game potentially, because Kudeta Zeus, if they pull up another dominating performance like this, it will just close out the series with another tag here. Bang wants to win this next one so they can get to the last single to have their last hope.
But you know, at least it's not as fast as the first series where we had less than a 20-minute series and a 3-0 sweep coming in from IDEPS versus Nyang Nyang. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Let's hope. It's very unfortunate for Bang that it's a back-to-back tag when it seems, you know, Bang, they're weaker in tag because they don't have that teamwork and the team composition that worked out in their strat and in their heads. We can see that throughout this tag matches that we've seen in round 1 and round 3. So we'll see if anything has changed in this set 4. Very unlikely, but you know, I'm not gonna lose all hope.
Yeah, Down Kim and Jae Kim, they look a bit shaken, and Youngjin Shin just wants to go home, it seems like. And I think we're going to see what happens from this game 4. Are they going to just step it up and turn it up? We're going to find out if Bang can stay in this one with a win. Or if Kuda Zeus going to close it out. We're going to find out this next match. It looks pretty even, guys, when it was 1-1 between Kuda Zeus and Bang. And that 2-1 scoreline looks a lot more convincing.
All right, they definitely switched it up. They sent out Down Kim, the quote-unquote bus driver here. Youngjin Sin is on bench right now. We'll see if this switch up will be good for Bang or, you know, the ace of the team, Down Kim, dying out first.
But the Destroyer is the worst, one of the worst classes to put out as a frontman. That's the first one to come out on tag, so it's a decision just made based purely on the fact that Down Kim has been the best performing player on the team, but you know, you don't send out a Aura, you don't send out a Assassin, but you send out a Destroyer. That's the first man out for the tag match.
Yeah, Down Kim definitely, you know, doing okay, I guess, because the Destroyer could heal up a little bit, so it's all right for now. The interfere was, you know, pulled out from Kuda Zeus by Down Kim, so that's a plus, but he had to tag out, though.
Yeah, in the end, he just tagged out, just wastes tag points, just shaves a bit of his health, and Down Kim basically haven't been untouched, and now we see Jae Kim see what he can do, and just Youngjin not coming back onto the field.
Alright, so Dougie Kang actually comes in. Jae Kim is still on the field. We'll see if Dougie Kang will play that aggressiveness here against this Warlock here.
Okay, gets him down, and it's going to force out the tab escape from Jae Kim.
Alright, procs the Fury!
Oh my
The
goodness.
execute will get rid of the Thrall. No
One
damage
shot.
to Jae Kim, but still, this is trouble. This might just be a tag point used. There we go.
Oh, dangerous situation already, and look at that escape already having used, and back roll for Youngjin. But for the meantime, Benji going to come back out to the field and see what he can do against this assassin here.
All right, Youngjin Sin here out. He did not start at the beginning of the tag match. He decided to wait in the bench to get the feels of how this tag match will go. But finally, he's out on the field, just calming down here. Reactionary 2v2.
See what he can do with Down Kim just coming out to. Oh my
Oh,
goodness,
this
that
time
execute.
around, yeah.
I just love the fact that execute is the primary damage output for both teams, and oh my word, and it's gonna force that Benji to tag out, and Down Kim's gonna be back out on the field.
All right, this is going to be the mirror match, and it never ended well for Youngjin Sin or on the side of Bang when these two assassins were out. It seemed in the beginning, in the first set, that Youngjin Sin had the upper hand, but that was just an illusion, and you know, it did not play out well in the end.
Definitely seemed a lot closer the first time these guys met in Game 1, but Game 3 and onwards, now it's a one-way train path. Okay, see what he can do against this rookie here. Youngjin Shin is going to find, obviously, the time distortion from the side of Kuda Zeus, but what can he do? Just right around the edge, does have that Lotus planted. See what he can do.
All right, they both have the Lotus Planet, they both have their stealth, but Youngjin Sin has 10 seconds until that force tag happens, so take a CC out, land a CC on, and take a escape out from Sang Kim before you get tagged out. That's the most you can do, but he doesn't!
Beautiful chase.
And that chase, yeah, beautiful.
Down Kim just coming in as soon as he gets in, just rushes in from Down Kim. Get that aerial into the webbing, and now closing into the ball bar. Execute damage and Dougie Kang. Oh my gosh, it doesn't take much to kill off a destroyer.
Yeah, the perfect timing right after or during the close shave of Sang Kim. Dougie Kang definitely knows when to come in to just swing that axe around to kill someone.
See Youngjin Shin, see what he can do. Only having to just get the pressure out, but Dougie Kang, the MVP of this series so far, still out on the field looking just as convincing and dangerous for his opposition, and I don't know what to do against Destroyer.
We'll have to see. Yongjin Sin, as we mentioned over and over again, he definitely had his time and he performed very well from what I remember, but from today, my memory might be changed a little bit of how Yongjin Sin is on the Sin.
See that, and Duggan Kang just kind of heal up for the time being. It's going to get the shield out of there, but Yongjin Shin, he hasn't really done anything all game.
He hasn't. He didn't even come out for his team at the beginning. He tags in, does really nothing. It just takes some damage and tags back in. So we'll see if he can make a difference here. He can.
Oh, finally he does something. Finally,
lovely timing for the ult.
the reason why we say these things is to just provoke the players to actually do something. And Yongjin Shin
Definitely hurt
finally,
you.
yeah, he definitely hurt me. And
he definitely used that ult on you.
oh yeah, that hurts quite a bit, but in a good way. But Yongjin Shin, almost
but
dying out.
Good tag out though.
Okay.
It's close.
Now it's looking a lot closer than it actually did previously. Now, Yongjin obviously very low on health, but Jae Kim, how long can he survive through it in this interaction, in this Warlock mirror match?
Warlock mirrors are usually kind of very dull, but now one of the Thrall is out and Sang Kim comes out full health. No tag points though. We'll see what happens. Byung-chan Also has no interferes. 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Looking for the complete
Jae Kim.
annihilation of Jae Kim. We're going to see this coming in. Byung-chan even comes in for the interference to try to finish off the opponent Warlock, but does not happen.
Oh, but Sang Kim!
Very
the brunt of the
careful.
damage.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage there. It wasn't a dangerous situation, but Jae Kim, it's not much of a cruise ride for him because he's pretty low on health and he has to be careful. Can't really tag out. He has to just stay out for 1 more minute before he does get forced tagged out.
But remember, Sang Kim, no escapes for the next 15 seconds. We'll see what happens here. Jae Kim. Alright, escapes used.
Okay, that's going to be the one to go
Thrall
forward.
comes out.
Time distortion being used.
Oh,
He has
Jae
to
Kim,
use
you
his
have to kill him
timings.
off. Kill off Sang Kim. This is your chance before he gets his stealth. 2 seconds left.
Yeah, no chance there, and finally gonna get knocked down, but it's gonna be the one to stealth out of there.
Yep.
And of course, the Lotus's Gate coming back in 5 more seconds. Jae Kim just bringing back the Thrall right back to his favor, and see if he can get some damage done.
Oh, you don't want to be in the air when an assassin's still waiting for his escape to come back here.
4 seconds for Jae Kim to stand out. Gonna get the free tag out if he can. Just gonna survive another member for Mang, but
I don't think this is a great choice. Jae Kim definitely had a lot of opportunity to kill off Sang Kim instead of just playing it safe, allowing him to get his escape back.
it's
Now
gonna be
yeah.
mirror match for the next 10 seconds now. Yongjin Shin, can he get the finish off? And no escapes whatsoever. Basically, no stealth, no elusive escape, but 5 more seconds, and once again, Yongjin Shin's not doing anything.
Yeah, well, he did do something, so we'll see if he can still do something, but in the air, webbed. Defensive interference coming in from Jae Kim.
Jae Kim just trying to stand out, trying to help out his teammate to stay alive for the time being. Byung-chan very, very healthy.
Gets leech into the... Oh, okay, stealth's out.
He's going to be the one to just step out, and Jae
Tags
Kim
out though, Jae
comes
Kim.
in, but it's going to be a Warlock mirror match, but very under advantaged. Jae Kim has to be careful. You hear the Hobas, but still going to be the way of Bang. Most likely going to lose their second member very, very soon here. Gonna find a time distortion, gonna find an interfere. Other than that little bit of healing, it's still gonna be Bang in a very embarrassing situation.
Yep, alright, so now we're basically tied up regarding the interfere points, but look at the health bar.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. The health bar tells a story here. Byung-chan almost at full health here, he's not worried.
Gonna have that Thrall out once again. Jae Kim has no Thrall of his own, and let's see what we can find. See the charge in coming from the Thrall, and let's see from Jae Kim. Gets him up in the air.
Oh,
Jae Kim has to be
interfere comes
careful.
in,
Yeah, this
and
is
Jae
gonna be
Kim.
now, and it's gonna be Yongjin Shin. He's gonna be the last one to stand here, and nothing for him to do it. How long can he stay alive? Can he stay alive for 1 minute and 40 seconds? I just don't think so.
Gets stunned and uses stealth. Does land that landmine though.
1 minute and 30 seconds. There's no way Yongjin Shin is gonna survive for this.
Oh, the dink also happens from the Warlock. Body swap.
Yongjin Shin. Still moving forward here and still getting caught out. Even
Oh,
after that
another
invis,
one!
and that will be another one in the.
The back-to-back dink is just
Oh man,
Byung-chan, alright.
very composed.
Yeah.
Put it to Zeus, wins another one. and this might be them just heading through to the next round. And finally, we're done with the series. It took a very long time compared to the previous time when we had. Almost twice as long in terms of how the game time had gone on.
True.
But I mean, Young-Jae and the rest of Bang tried their best to stand up against this veteran team of Kurita Zeus, but this time around, it was the veteran being the winner of the day.
Yeah, it was the veteran, but you know, the rookie Byung-Chun Jun actually showed us some great dinks coming from the Warlocks here against that assassin, and you know, it was very close. Like you said, the games were long. It was prolonged compared to the first series, but at the end of the day, the team that makes less mistakes will come out on top. And Bang, they definitely made a lot of mistakes that, or they let go of a lot of opportunities actually when they had the chance to get eliminate the opponent. They just let that go because they were kind of playing it defensively. They weren't calculating the time of the escapes of their opponents. It's very unfortunate to see because Bang, they definitely put up a fight though.
They did. You know, we're looking at this now. Obviously, the ultimate that didn't connect there. You know, altogether, the favorites.
Yeah.
The one that the fans expected for the teams to win. It was those teams that got the victories today. And now we're gonna see the winners bracket, of course, after a short break. And we're gonna see if the two winners that we saw from Group B, how they compare in terms of scores. Because it's really difficult to tell because the opponent team of both of those items and also Kurita Zeus have been far more weaker, so it's really difficult to really compare directly side to side of items and Kurita Zeus and how they will become better than the other.
Exactly, so we're basically gonna have to wait until these two teams face off each other, and the winner will definitely be the #1 seed of Group B, and that will tell us who is the stronger team.
Of course, we're gonna get a short break, and once we're back, we're gonna find out who the best team in Group B is gonna be and the one to make it to the semifinals directly without playing another match in next week. We're gonna find out, guys. We're gonna be on to a short break, guys, and we'll be right back with the next round, the final series of the night.
네, 안녕하세요. 자, 불스 토너먼트 개막부터 지금까지 캐스터를 맡고 있는 게임 캐스터 전영준입니다.
반갑습니다.
네, 해설위원을 맡고 있는 오성민입니다. 반갑습니다.
반갑습니다.
해설이자 NC소프트의 국본 아저씨 국장입니다. 국본 아저씨가 제일 중요하죠.
제일 중요해요. 자, 먼저 불소의 매력은 무엇일까요? 오성민 해설위원. 하나, 둘, 셋.
캐릭터.
불소의 매력은 캐릭터다. 캐릭터 빼고 볼 거 없는 게임이다. 뭐 이런 뜻이죠? 네, 알겠습니다. 저희 캐스터가 생각하는 불소의 매력은?
네, 팬들이 주인이다.
팬들이 사랑하는 게임. 좋습니다. 팬이 없었으면 이렇게 오랫동안 사랑받을 수가 없죠.
그렇죠. 벌써 닫았죠. 뭐. 벌써 닫았죠. 얘 중간에 왔는데요. 얘 필요 없어요. 팬들의 사랑을 계속 우리가 붙잡고 있었으니까 네가 들어온 거야.
아시 됩니까?
저 오성민 선수 같은 경우는 그냥 그 사랑에 묻어가고 있어요.
그렇죠.
묻어가고 있는.
아직도 그렇게 크게 필요하진 않습니다.
그렇습니다. 기억에 남는 대회의 순간, 이 대회의 이 순간만큼은 잊을 수가 없다.
되게 급하게 들어오니까
그럼요.
생각이 안 나네요.
그러니까 별로 생각나는 게 없다. 불소 토너먼트는 별로 기억에 남는 게 없는.
저번 시즌의 파이널을 시청에서 했었단 말이죠.
네네.
서울
네네.
시내 한복만
네네.
시청에서 시청광장에서 했었던 그 느낌.
야.
대단했었다.
첫날 이제 개막할 때 그때 이제 3,500분 정도 오셨는데 용산 전철역이 이때가 다 마비가 됐던 그게 제 생각이 나죠.
이상형 월드컵을 한번 가보도록 하겠습니다. 네. 최성진, 박진유. 하나, 둘, 셋. 박진유. 좋습니다. 자, 김신겸, 한준호. 하나, 둘, 셋. 한준호. 자, 그러면 한준호, 박진영. 하나, 둘, 셋.
한준호.
아, 한준호 선수. 한준호 선수의 매력 어떤 것 때문에?
게임을 너무 잘해서
어.
그 동글동글한 안에 날카로움입니다.
아.
완전 매력이 있어요.
뚱뚱한 사람 비하한 겁니까?
약간 그렇지 않습니다. 그렇지 않다는 걸 말씀 좀 드리고 싶어요.
약간 그렇지 않다.
약간 그렇지 않으면 상당히 그렇다는 거죠. 아니에요. 전혀 그렇지 않습니다.
진짜 필요한 불소 토너먼트의 해설은 김재학, 오성균. 하나, 둘, 셋.
김재학.
게릴라인가요? 게릴라는 인터뷰인가요?
게릴라입니다.
그런 열심히 했습니다.
불소 토너먼트 가면 여기에는 진출해보고 싶다.
브라질.
어떤 의도가 좀 느껴지는.
잠깐만 뜨겁잖아요. 근데 우리 이 불소 토너먼트 이 블레이드&소울 게임 자체가 화끈한 액션의 이런 정점이잖아요. 액션하면 또 그분의 그 쌍바 리듬이라든가 이런 것들을 잘
쌍바
맞으니까.
검사.
우리 브라질에서 불소 토너먼트가 이어지고 게릴라 콘서트를 할 수 있는 그날까지 저희가 계속해서 한번 노력해보도록 하겠습니다.
태영훈으로 돌아갈 여유조차도 없을 거예요.
네. 네, 시작입니다.
시작하자마자 여기 캐치 치열하게 싸우는데 이런 식으로 흘러갔을 경우에는 경계가 있는 격사가 상황이 좋거든요. 자, 일단 정확히 돌리고 하늘로 갔죠. 시간 벌어야 되거든. 우영보로 공중에 있을 때 찍어버렸습니다. 이제는 잠깐 전변한 타이밍 시간만 조금 벌어주고 선택도 좀 생각을 해봐야 되는 시간이에요. 끝나고부터 공격이 들어가야 되는데 들어갔어요. 봐야 돼요. 시간 충분하거든요. 얼마나? 자, 5초. 최소 80% 이상 뺄 수 있을 것 같은데요. 2초.
이거 연속이.
1초. 자, 거리. 우와! 손흥태 거리. 지금은 순간적으로 거리를 뒤쪽으로 빠져주면서 오히려 그 다음에 드리블까지 생각했었던 손흥태의 노련함이었었고요.
미터 플레이라고 하죠. 공격할 것처럼 근처에서 얼쩡얼쩡거리면 탈출기 쓰기도 안 쓰기도 애매해요.
이러면 둔주 꼽을 거예요. 둔주 꼽았죠? 꼽거나 들어갑니다.
마무리.
시간 타이밍은
버틸 수 있나요?
지금 이번 세트는 200% 선두태의 힘. 모든 암살이 꿈꾸는 플레이가 지금 나왔어요.
잘 찌르니까요.
괜히 막 암살 이런 거 나오고 있어요.
시작입니다.
무조건 붙어야죠. 상대방 마련 뽑자마자 분노 쓰고
녹여버릴 생각을 하지만 마력 없이도 김신겸은 화력 나오는 선수입니다.
김신겸은 일부러 상대방이 뒤쪽으로 빠질 때까지 마력을 뽑지 않았죠. 이게 달라붙죠. 땡기면 그만. 그렇죠.
시간 내고 받으면서
자, 그래도 잘 잡았어요.
이거는 노림수였고 이수환의 노림수입니다. 이걸 어떻게 대응을 하느냐?
가능성 있거든요.
네, 어떻게 대응하느냐 해요.
탈출기를 아끼고는 있습니다만 구석에 몰려있기 때문에 김신겸이 살아날 만한 길이 그리
그렇죠.
많지 않습니다.
네. 타기를 쓸 수밖에 없고요. 이제 걸리면 이거 따닥따닥 역사 여기 나올 수 있어요.
암흑이기 때문에 쭉쭉 갈아버리는 위험해. 이거 위험해.
이거 몰라요 진짜.
템이 주고 있습니다.
이거 영웅 탄생 충분히 가능합니다.
지금 돌아오자.
난세 영웅 탄생 이수원.
이거 싱글 아이덱스 태그의 구레타가 아닌데요?
Welcome back, guys, to the last series of the day, and we're gonna get the season 2 very much underway with Group A. Kind of unexpected as to who's gonna go up in that first place spot, but Group B now being a little bit more obvious in terms of the predicted teams that would do a little bit better. And now we see the top 2 teams that we kind of expected from the beginning of the day, and now we're looking at IDES and Kurita Zeus. These 2 teams, of course, were veteran teams that know how to win the games, and they do beat out there the newer teams out there. And now we're going to see these 2 teams fight out to see who's going to be the best of Group B.
Yeah, you know, Bang in the second series definitely put up a little bit more fight compared to Nyang against IDEPS. It's like, to be honest, the first series, IDEPS versus Nyang, it's almost not in my memory because it was so fast. Because with the, like we said before, with the intro and the series, it was less than 30 minutes. Yeah. So it was very quick. It was a straightforward 3-0 sweep. But, you know, in terms of Kurita Zeus versus Bang, even though at the end of the day, Kurita Zeus definitely showed us that they were the more experienced team overall. Bang did put up a fight. Down Kim on the Destroyer definitely took a victory in singles as well. So it was a little bit closer, I would have to say, comparing IDES versus Nyang.
Yeah. And that's going to be the comparison between these 2 series that we had so far. But in the end, the better team did 1 out. And now we're going to see this third and final series to see which of the 2 are going to be the better one in Group B to go all the way to the semifinals and secure their spot early in this tournament.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that because both of these teams, like we mentioned before, are experienced. However, Kurita Zeus, with the addition of the new member, Byung-chun Jun, we'll see how well he does because, you know, we talked about how the 2 stronger teams in Group B have made it up instead of Group A, but now these 2 stronger teams have to verse an equally matched team here. So this will actually prove and show us which is the strongest or the strongest team of Group B.
And that's what we're going to find now. We're going to introduce one team at a time. Kurita Zeus had just played their previous series against Bang and did beat them out. And we're going to see Byung-chun Jun, a Warlock main, joining in with Duggan Kang and Sao Kim. And funny enough, Duggan Kang and Sao Kim were basically the historical members of IDEPS previously in the years, and now they have to face up against IDEPS this time around, but with a completely different roster we have to imagine ourselves.
Yeah, we'll have to see how well they do, and you can see Byung-chun Jun kind of looking over to the other side of the booth, seeing IDEPS over there, and you know, it's going to be very nerve-wracking for Byung-chun Jun, regardless of how calm he is throughout the games, because they have Shingyang Kim in IDEPS, they have Hyungyu Kim, they have Daeyoung Choi, all these players so famous in the Blade and Soul scene, and Byung-chun Jun just joining up late, and I want to see how well he does against such a strong team.
So we're going to find out, guys, because getting a look at a couple of these teams that looked a little bit better than the other, but IDEPS definitely looked the favorite, way over Nyang. And that first series, it was so far back that we don't even remember, but here are the players. Daeyoung Choi, Shingyang Kim, and Hyungyu Kim composing the roster for this IDEPS squad. They're going to be facing up against the old IDEPS members, with obviously Duggan Kang and Sao Kim on the lineup, but this new roster has looked good in Season 1, going all the way to the finals, but losing out to G2 Red. But here they are back again in Season 2 to try to best their luck once again to see how far they can get.
Yeah, so basically last year, Hyungyu Kim and Shingyang Kim were in Kurita, and Duggan Kang and Sang Kim were in IDEPS. So the 2 players just kind of like swap teams here. They're going up against their old teams, but the members obviously are on the other side, respectively. But we'll see how this plays out. You know, player-wise, on paper, IDEPS seems to be a little bit more stronger compared to Kurita Zeus, but we never know because ever since yesterday, with Anarchy coming on top out of it all in Group A, anything could happen, a twist could happen. So far, nothing has happened, but this is actually the match of the day here.
And this is very interesting. We talked about Sao Kim and Duggan Kang, the members of Kurita Zeus, being former members of IDEPS. Yeah. But we get that same story on the other end. You gotta remember that Shingyang Kim and also Hyungyu Kim were both members of Kurita, were just basically staple members of that team, of that organization for many, many time. And here they are basically facing up against the new version of their previous teams, and very interesting to see how that will react in terms of these 2 players from both of these teams. See how they approach these games here.
Both of on the side of Kurita and IDEPS, Shingyun Kim and Hyungyu Kim, as well as Sang-ho Kim and Duggan Kang, they're gonna want to play their best to make the organization regret letting them go to the other side. So we'll see which one will come out on top end of today, and this series will decide, the top seed of Group B that will make it straight to the semifinals.
That will be a security for either of these teams, because just making it to the semifinals now means that you don't have to even play on that Saturday matchup. And losing out today, and you just don't secure yourself into the semifinals yet, because if you don't win here and you get to next Saturday and don't win again, then you just might be eliminated from the tournament. You definitely do not want that coming all the way here.
Exactly, you want to get rid of the possibility, even the slightest possibility of getting eliminated by winning out this match. So both of these teams are very strong, but one of them is going to the losers bracket and will be playing next Saturday. And if they do bad there, like Joel said, they will get eliminated. So they're going to play their hearts out here in this last series.
And this is what we're at. We're looking at two teams who've looked a little bit better than their counterparts in the previous series, but IDEPS definitely a lot more convincing in the way they beat out Nyangya when compared to Kurita Zeus beating out Bang. It was a little bit different proposition. So, in terms of that comparison, do we see IDEPS as a stronger favorite to maybe beat out Kurita Zeus? But what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any predictions on these two matchups because it was unpredicted, because depending on who comes up and who loses. But just looking at on paper, like I said before, IDEPS seems to be on top of things regarding their past matchups, and even we all saw it together in their first matchup. Let's just say Bang versus Nyangnyang. Both of these teams are less experienced compared to Kurita Zeus and IDEPS, and it just seemed as if IDEPS knew what they're doing against a less experienced team better compared to Kurita Zeus going up against a less experienced team on Bang, but had a little bit trouble, prolonged the games out a little bit, and just by looking at the past matchups, the most recent past matchups, IDEPS just overall has a better chance, in my opinion.
And that seems to be the case. I mean, IDEPS looked really, really strong on that previous series that they beat out Nyangya. So if we see a bit of a similar performance by them once again, that might be them just having a really easy time, just a clinical performance over Kurita Zeus, and might just get a clean finish once again. A quick one is definitely a possibility, but seeing how much pressure and resistance that Kurita Zeus pulls out, it's going to be very interesting of a proposition. Of course, you have to compare basically the winner of Group B along with the group winner of Group A. That's going to be a match that we're going to be seeing later in this tournament, because we saw Anarchy pulling out to the likes of Kurita and also the GC Busan Red and beating them out pretty nicely. So how does that really compare? If we do see either of these teams, whether it be IDEPS or Kurita Zeus, I mean, you talk about them against Anarchy, this is going to be another interesting story to follow up on.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting story, especially on the side of Anarchy, regardless of who they face, either Kurita Zeus or IDEPS, because Anarchy made it to the top seed of Group A with that swap of Youngmin Park going on to that Soul Fighter, so that definitely worked out very well for them. And when they go up against either Kurita Zeus or IDEPS in the winners bracket later on next week, and if they beat them out, that's just going to create a whole new story for Anarchy, who's been having trouble for the past 4 years, even 5 years, to get into the top 2 of a regular season.
Yeah, that's interesting, because we're gonna get the storyline as the tournament builds up, and as we progress further into this season 2, we're gonna get an idea of how the World Championship will look like for the qualifications of the Korean teams. But we're gonna get this match underway first, though.
Alright, it seems like the music has changed, and we are gonna get into the first match up here, Kurita Zeus versus IDEPS.
Let's get the first match underway finally. We had a little bit of time before this all began, but Kurita Zeus not looking like the favorites over IDEPS of how convincing IDEPS was in the first round of the day, but see how these teams compare.
With that super fast escape trade, forcing that early early interfere from of the Warlocks on both sides of the team.
Got to see Dougie Can coming for the interfere as well, just putting the iron planing up, but otherwise pretty even trade across both sides. But we say that, and Byung-Chun Jun taking a lot of damage from Shinga Kim.
Alright, a tag out might be needed. Here we go. Dougie Can comes in. Dougie Can versus Shingyun Kim. These two have been facing off year after year, and finally Dougie Can comes out with the Destroyer though, so this might be a little bit different, but the ground ripple does connect, forcing out the persistence from that Destroyer.
And Dougie Can has looked fabulous today on that Destroyer, putting out the execute damage at crucial moments of that previous series, but here he is back again. Without any escapes, you have to mind you, and go all the way up to the sky to come back to see Shinga Kim still fighting out. No escapes on either side as we Dougie Can still holding strong.
Alright, we saw for a moment there the Observer trying to do some computer graphics effect without any CG. Going all the way up to the sky, coming back down. Nothing too much happened, but other than Dougie Can tagging out.
Really is, and Dougie Can couldn't stand the pressure for much longer, and Dan Choi comes back in as well. So, I have to say that, does tag back out once again, use another tag point to bring in Hyungyu Kim. See what we're gonna get, because 2 tag points being used on both sides of Idus and Kurita Zeus. Just means that they have wanted to start holding on to their tag points starting now.
Yeah, they are currently evenly matching the tag outs. However, you know, when you have the chance to save it, but that stealth being forced out from Sang-Ho Kim is not gonna be good.
Sang-Ho Kim just having to use that stealth, but it's gonna get right back with the time distortion coming from Byung-Chun Jun. Still, a fair amount of resources already being used. So with 3 tag points already from IDEPS and 2 tags being used from Kurita Zeus.
Shinga Kim, there we go. Forcing out the set of 2 escapes out of Sang-Ho Kim, forcing him to tag out here. Dougie Can comes in.
Dougie Can does come in. He's going to find himself want to save the party here. And Shin Kim is going to be out for this previous match that we saw earlier. Shin Kim putting a lot of damage towards Byung-Chun Jun, but otherwise, no further damage onto any other member of Kurita Zeus so far.
Yeah, this has been definitely, yeah, this is what usually a match is, when both of the teams are pretty similar in their skill levels, but wow, this is closer than I expected it to be.
It is, and these are the winners of Group B on the first rounds of things, and here we are at the winners match, and trying to decide which of the winner is the better team out there, and we're going to find a little bit of answers here as we see Dougie Can getting pressured out by Shinga Kim, but it's going to knock him right back, but it's going to be enough of pressure for him to tag back out to Byung-Chun Jun.
Slowly but surely, IDEPS is forcing out Kurita Zeus's tag and interfere points here. This is going to hurt them later on. There's still 6 minutes and 30 seconds left of the match.
If we are going to that late game, as you do mention ending, this will be a case where IDEPS will find more advantages, and Byung-Chun Jun finding it struggling to once again to fight against Shinga Kim. Shinga Kim only has 10 more seconds before he gets a free tag out, and definitely has done a lot of work before he does go out for free.
Alright, here we go, 1 second, the force tag, but in the air! That was so good on Shingyun Kim right there.
Not even wasting any time.
Wow.
2 seconds, it doesn't matter. Just gonna get him up in the air and do further damage before he gets out for free, and really not wasting any time to make effective use of that Shinga Kim. And Android comes back out. Of course, the Warlock has to fight against Sang-Ho Kim, the assassin on the other side.
Yeah, Shingyun Kim leaving him in the air as Daeyoung Choi comes in, not allowing Byung-Chun Jun to chase Daeyoung Choi. That was just well played by Shingyun Kim there, but this time around, Sang-Ho Kim playing aggressive against Daeyoung Choi. We'll see if Sang-Ho Kim will make a difference here, because he still hasn't done too much here as an assassin.
Sang-Ho Kim, very slow start for him, and just trying to go for the stun, and that's going to force out the forced tab escape. From Dan Choi, but otherwise the ultimate coming in. Whoa, that could have been very, very dangerous. Got 50% of the health on that one dink. It's gonna force Hyungyu Kim to come in.
See if Hyungyu Kim will make a difference here. We haven't seen Hyungyu Kim in action that much. He was on bench, coming in for the interferes defensively if their team needed it. But this time around, Hyungyu Kim finally out on the field against Sang-Ho Kim, the only member on Kurita Zeus with a tag point left.
Could choose to just get out or hold for that 30 seconds, what he likes to do, but Shinga Kim now is applying the pressure on an offensive interfere. Dan Choi comes back out into the field and brings up the throw, and See if he can get Sao Kim out of there early, but we see the interfere coming from Doug and Ken with the execute damage. Almost knocking off Daeyeon Choi. The throw is already gone, and once again the ultimate being cancelled. And from Sao Kim, this is going to be Daeyeon Choi. It's going to be eliminated, and that's going to be them losing the first member of this game here. And Sao Kim just going to get out for free. As you see the force tag being happening, there's a chase that will happen now. All force out to escape from John,
but this time around Shin Kim getting revenge for his teammate's death here. The ultimate coming in. Gets rid of the throw at least, okay.
It's a very good use of that, but Shingenkin trying to save the lives of IDEPS, and like I say, it's been coming a lot closer as the game progresses on it. Shingenkin just trying to look for the finish and trying to shift around, get the better of Kim John. Okay, he's gonna get up in the air. Of course, the interfere that came in. Not gonna lead to anything.
Ooh, that's not gonna connect though, unfortunately. Very lovely animation here by Byung Chun.
Once again, Byung Chun is gonna be out of there. That's gonna be the second man of this match being knocked away. And Shin Kim finding it difficult though. Sao Kim just coming for the counter as soon as he comes in.
Tag out. Young Kim coming in. Sao Kim has that tag point left, so it's very good on the side of Kurita Zeus. He can tag out when he's in danger. Hyungyu Kim definitely has to make Sang Kim use that tag out early. There's still 3 minutes left to the game. Everybody will get an interfere point back very soon.
Hey, but you get to know that Hyungyu Kim does not have that same luxury of tagging back out, so he has to stay in for that 1 minute and 15 seconds that he's going to be forced to stay in. Lightning draw the preemptively he does not connect in. Gonna be a waste of that one, and we're gonna see the Destroyer ultimate connecting fully with that Judgment Clean combo. That's gonna be the elimination of Hyungyu Kim, and Shin Kim is gonna be the last one standing. But what is he to do in 1v2?
Oh my gosh, what is he to do? He's gonna try his best, I know it. Shin Kim will try to do this 2v1 by himself. There's 2 minutes and 40 seconds, more than enough time. But that's also goes for the side of Kurita.
Great stun coming in, and that might be the finish of Shin Kim. We might just see the first loss from IDEPS all season long, and Doug and Kang has been fabulous all day.
Shin Kim still saving his escape if you see that here. The Cheebers to heal up a little bit into the aerial windstorm combo.
Literally single-handedly trying to save this game for IDEPS, and Shin Kim trying to go for another one. That could be the finish for Doug Kim. Does get knocked down again, and it's going to be the one to knock him down once again. Shin Kim still trying to go for the finish as much as he can. But Typhoon, that will connect to the wall bang, and this might be the last finish. That might be the last moments of Shin Kim, but he does barely escape in time.
All right, he heals up with that ult right here.
Soul Fighter ult reset back to the reset, just going back to minute 0. Oh man, Shin Kim, he's ready to fight this one. He's gonna play for this last 2 minutes with all his heart here.
Yeah, 15 seconds for that escape to come back, but in the meantime, Shin Kim will definitely want to try to knock out Doug and Kang before he uses his next escape that will be coming back.
Okay, Doug and Kang, he's been playing very well so far. It's going to get up in the
2
air
seconds.
and trying to get the ones to go through, but 0 seconds.
Oh, he's setting
now
up for that wall bang.
Has escape. It's going to look for this Judgment Clean combo. It's going to force out the
knockdown, back roll.
Time escape is going to get out of there, so Shin Kim has to be careful.
Stealth, forced out here.
Put that in the Lotus, so he does have that one more escape. Sao Kim, if he chooses to use it, still has that 50% health for Shin Kim to make the matters different here.
There we go. Ultimate coming in, and the CC.
Wow! Doug and Kang, the crucial CC at the end, confirming that ultimate would hit from the assassin. Doug and Kang, he has evolved. He has transcended.
Yeah.
He has gone up multiple levels as a player. He's a multiple-year veteran, mind you. But he's becoming a better player just off this offseason.
Wow, that was just an amazing game from both sides, coming from Shin Kim left alone, almost trying to do that 2v1, but Doug and Kang throughout this whole match just making a dent, actually just ripping IDEPS apart here. And for a split second there, if you saw Byung Chun, we saw for the first time he had a little bit of a smile on his face rather than just a composed, no emotion face.
But it just seemed as if basically the two members of Doug and Kang and Sao Kim did a very good job of holding on. And Byung Chun did his part as well, but I would have to say for IDEPS, it was mostly Shin Kim trying to solo carry his team, with Hyungyu Kim and Daeyeon Choi not really contributing as much to a very much a deserved victory.
Yeah, and if you notice, Daeyoung Choi dying out first, this is definitely a familiar thing to see here from Season 1. When they first came out with this composition back-to-back, we saw Daeyoung Choi doing that one-time distortion and dying out. In the second match, 2-time distortions and then dying out. Yes, he did improve. Oh, that lovely ult right there by Dougie King. But anyways, as I was saying, Daeyoung Choi definitely improved at the end of Season 1 as the Warlock, so we allowed him to say, we didn't bash on him when he brought out the Warlock, but he's kind of gone back to the beginning of Season 1, it feels like.
That's what it is. Shingon Kim has played his heart out in that game number 1, trying to survive for his team, but really a play coming in. Oh, look at that stun at the end, and it really does. Dougie Kang is the main character here, and he's putting out the most damage, he's putting out the most utility, he's putting out the most defensive stats, and he's basically doing it all.
Yeah, and remember, Dougie Kang actually started practicing and coming out with the Destroyer last season, Season 1. Last year, he's all stuck to the KFM throughout. And in Season 1, Dougie Kang definitely did not play well, I could say for sure. But this time around, wow, like you said, he's transcended.
He might be the best Destroyer right now in all of Korea.
Yeah.
By the way he's playing right now, we saw all 8 teams that are participating in Season 2. Dougie Kang, I think he is the best Destroyer that we have here in Korea right now.
Yeah, right now, currently, Dougie Kang knows when to come in. That actually all just comes in from experience.
Yeah.
And he's definitely practiced the Destroyer as well. So he knows when to come in, definitely. He knows when to use what skill. He knows how to help defensively and offensively.
And who's going to come out for singles? Could it Zeus and Idebs? Sound Kim's going to be the one out. Assassin and Hyungwoo Kim on the Assassin. Means that, you know, 3 players on Idebs who all know how to play the Assassin. We're going to just get one of them today. Hyungwoo Kim's going to be coming out for the singles, see what he can do on this mirror match against Sound Kim.
Yeah, and you know, like I mentioned before, Hyungwoo Kim and Daeyoung Choi, both an assassin being their main, not playing the assassin in tag. This might be what is pulling them back. I know that they were trying to get this composition down with Shingyun Kim playing on the Soul Fighter and Hyungwoo Kim supporting. Same goes for Daeyoung Choi, Warlock, and Blade Dance, but it's not working out for them yet.
We're going to get to game number 2. INFs did lose out that first one. See if that will continue with game number 2. Sound Kim, can he get the wins and extend this win onto a 2-0 advantage? We're going to find out in the second game. After a dominating performance from Dougie Kang in that game number 1 with that Destroyer, now we're going to see Silent Kim see what he can do to make a statement against Hyungwoo Kim. Of course, the Assassin mirror match on both teams now.
At the start, there we go. Hyungwoo Kim just forcing out both escapes from Sang-ho Kim. Hyungwoo Kim still has his Lotus down. Another offensive move will be made from Hyungwoo Kim as he goes. There we go. Ooh, but the Shadow Slash connects on the side of Sang-ho Kim.
Okay, look at that Sang-ho Kim just putting on
and the Lotus
pressure.
Disappeared.
It's going to find the pressure even without those escapes, and we're going to find
Hyungwoo Kim is done.
Lotus of Escape can't be used, can it?
No, it was. It ran out of time. Finally, he does put it down though.
Okay.
There we go.
Now has to use it 3 more seconds before that stealth comes back, but
that was close.
Kim, 90% damage taken already, and there's no room for him to move around.
He's blinded. There we go. Decoy just in case. 3 seconds for.
Okay, just one more poke. All to do it. Poison Breath, anything. Bombard, just blind.
Yeah.
We'll be able to get the job done, but Lotus being planted, he does have that safety, but Kim,
Flash.
how far can he survive here?
Web. Staying close to Sang-ho Kim's Lotus just in case. There we go.
He's going to get the Lotus down, and still going to look for it here. The Frozen Mine is not going to find
Oh,
anything.
he lands that CC! This might be it!
Oh my word! I think even he's surprised. Okay.
Wow.
You only need 5% HP when your opponent has 100% HP. That's what it takes for an Assassin mirror match. Just get that crucial stun, and you're going to be the winner.
Wow, until the last part of this 1v1 here, Sang-ho had the advantage of the escape trades. He couldn't capitalize on it until the end, and Hyungwoo Kim came back for it and punished Sang-ho Kim for not capitalizing on that.
Let's see how this all ended about. Look at it.
So this time around, Hyungwoo Kim had the Lotus down, and then the timer ran out, so he had to replant the Lotus as you saw just now. So that's what happened. Sang Kim had a chance over there, but gave Hyungwoo Kim a little gap to put down that Lotus, allowing him to survive. And after that, Hyungwoo Kim just punishing Sang Kim for that.
Basically game over since then, and oh my. Wow. We're looking at now Hyungwoo Kim on the Assassin. You know that is his main class. Let's get the win over to Isidus, and now it's going to look a lot closer in terms of which team is going to be the leader out of Group B. But we're going to get this roulette going to see what the third game will look like. It's going to be a single. Is it going to be a tag? We'll find out pretty shortly. Looking like a single.
It's going through. It's going through. Yep. It's.
Oh, no.
Oh, that small tag match,
though. Oh my God! You're kidding!
That small, tiny tag.
You've got to be absolutely kidding me.
Well, this gives IDEPS a chance to redeem themselves of what happened in set 1. So I guess it's okay on the side of IDEPS because I know they're not afraid to go up against Kurita Zeus in a tag match. So yeah, I'm not kidding you, Joe.
Tag match.
And then we have set 4 tag as well.
There was about 5 millimeters of that tag match, and everything around it, 5 centimeters all around, was all singles. And woo!
Yeah, that small percentage is definitely the roulette here. It's definitely random, and we'll see what happens in this second tag match of today.
Definitely will not be purchasing any lotteries today. Today's not the day to do it. Just means that IDEPS, like I said, it's redemption time after that game number 1 did go over the way towards Kurita Zeus. If they can fight back here and really show up a convincing performance in this game number 3, the game number 4 should look better on them as we're going to have another tag match right after this one.
All right, well, we'll see if IDEPS will be able to redeem themselves, as I said before, against Kurita Zeus, losing out the first tag in set 1, coming back here in set 3, and we'll also have a set 4 tag match, so we'll see here.
Zeus has that conventional combo, as we know, but still the same one brought up by IDEPS, and no assassin by all these assassin mains out there. Of course, Hyungwoo Kim likes to play the Soul Fighter a lot more. They enjoy on the Warlock again, and Hyungwoo Kim on the Blade Dancer again. That means that they're counting on the game 1 composition that they actually lost with, and see if they have a better luck this time around.
All right, yeah, we'll have to see if Daeyoung Choi will be able to stay alive for longer than a minute here. That's all that matters, because Daeyoung Choi died out so early as a Warlock. That just hurts IDEPS, or just hurts any team with the Warlock if your Warlock dies out super early, and you know that's not what a Warlock's supposed to do, not die and support your teammates. So we'll see if he'll be able to do that this time around.
And we're going to get that. Of course, with Daeyoung Choi is going to be the important factor towards IDEPS to see how long can he survive and support his teammates. As for Kurita Zeus, they've been doing well in game number 1. Just repeat that same performance and they should be well on their way onto a 2-1 advantage.
All right, we'll have to see what happens here in this third set.
And we're going to get onto the game number 3 after game 1 went over to Kurita Zeus. Can they do it again? Extend it over to a 2-1 advantage. We're going to find out if IDEPS can fight back in the next round. Lots of cheers for both teams. Byung Chun-jun comes out as the Warlock as the first man out. Maybe the first time we haven't seen Sang Kim be the starter of a tag match, but Hyungwoo Kim, which with the Soul Fighter, understandably starting out for IDEPS.
Alright. We have that in. But oh, Byung Chun-jun not looking great here. Duggan Kang does come in for the defensive interfere just to save no damage output from Duggan Kang though.
Interfere just to come with that iron plating to save Byung Chun-jun from taking further damage from Hyungwoo Kim, but still gonna be moving on. He's here to Hobas and still gonna be working with all damage being put out by Hyungwoo Kim. It's gonna stay healthy for the time being, but it's gonna be tagging out towards Hyungwoo Kim.
Alright, persistence procced from Duggan Kang. And both are kind of evenly matched up with the points of tag and interferes. Pretty evenly matched. Hyungwoo Kim out on the field. He definitely has to do something as well as Daeyoung Choi, because they didn't do much in the first set of tag matches.
Yeah, as a Blade Dancer, you gotta make sure you put the damage on. Just provide that CC for your teammates to input the damage. But as you say, Hyungwoo Kim didn't do much in that game number 1. Kind of a reason why Items did lose out that first game, and we'll see what happens. It's really important to see all the members contributing, not just Shingen Kim as a sole fighter.
Throws him to the wall here. Defensive reaction rate 2v2 actually comes in. Duggan Kang takes a lot of damage here. Lightning Draw as well.
Draw just a full combo being put out by the Blade Dancer. You can see the counter attack now by Duggan Kang. Trying to have the damage on, and Byung-Chun Jeon's trying to help out with the damage, but Kang, along with the interfere help from the Warlock, is not going to add too much.
Choi gets knocked back by the Typhoon, gets back into the Sanctum.
Choi does tag in after Kim didn't have to take that damage, and this is another player who did not play well in game number 1. Just survive was a tough thing to produce for Dan Choi last time around.
Yep, time distortion for himself here. Sang-ho Kim out of stealth. Does have that Lotus planted though. We'll see if Daeung Choi will make a move here. Having used that time distortion, Daeung Choi wants to get an advantage here, but unable to do so.
Let's see. Put up damage here, and still Shingen Kim comes in.
Okay. Alright, good defensive interfere from Duggan Kang. This time around, Duggan Kang's interferes are coming more defensively rather than offensively here.
Yeah, that's what they really need, because they just don't want man to be knocked off this early in the game. Not even 3 minutes gone by on the clock yet. And Choi already stunned down. Now has to use the tab escape to get out. And
Daeung Choi, a defensive interfere coming in again. I think it's time for Daeung to either just tag out, because he has 2 interfere points left. Just come in with the time distortion rather than using it for yourself here right away. But if Sang-ho Kim's gonna just wall hog, it's just gonna buy Daeung Choi's escape to come back and buy him time to last another 15 seconds until that force tag happens.
the force tag will be on in the next 12 seconds for Daeung Choi. Sang-ho Kim has about 15 seconds of his own, and Choi gonna find his first and see how he can just avoid that chase that will come through. He does use that tab escape, but regardless of the factor, he's able to escape just fine there. Of course, the no chase that will come through. No pressure for Sang Kim to go on, and Duggan Kang doesn't get chased himself, so pretty even of a clean force tag out for both teams.
Alright, the Ember Stomp down here. Back roll chase happens! Duggan Kang making his move. Shin-Young Kim has his escape. He's gonna save it.
He's gonna use the Typhoon just to knock him back, pull him back in.
Oh, finally. Tab escape has been used by Shin-Young Kim. Duggan Kang healing up.
Nicely done, and Shin-Young Kim just trying to just counter back and put some damage onto the Destroyer, but this Destroyer has been playing exceptionally well all day long, and Duggan Kang just adding on to the pressure now, and finally we're going to see it being implemented from both sides, and really not going to front into anything. Duggan Kang taking a lot of damage early, and Shin-Young Kim trying to just apply the pressure with Daeung Choi, and still literally just single-handedly carrying his team to potential victory.
It was that reactionary 2v2, but on the side of Kurita Zeus, they are lacking the points one by one, and there's still 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. This is not looking good on the side of Kurita Zeus as the clock goes down.
We're nearing the halfway point of this game 3, and it could be either of these teams' game, but it seems like Itis, with the help of Shin-Young Kim, has done most of the damage so far. We'll see if they can fight back Kurita Zeus, because they're just trying to use an ultimate now. Byung-Chun Jeon does not connect.
Daeung Choi. Alright, that good defensive, well, rather a defensive interfere coming in, making it into an offensive opportunity. Hyung-Kyu Kim forcing out Byung-Chun Jeon to use the last point of his tag.
Okay, Daeung Choi is going to be the one in the air. The ultimate being procced up, but it's not going to lead to anything quite yet. Another ultimate being procced.
Sang-ho Kim!
Okay, very dangerous in that situation. Almost dying out, but now it's going to be signing out, but we're going to see Duggan Kang once again coming with that execute damage, and very dangerous situation for Hyung Kim, but does stay at about 70% health.
Kurita's points are all 0 now for the next minute.
Oh, the standing blade desert ultimate is not going to connect. That paper, quite OP.
Alright, Shin-Young Kim comes in here. He's going to try to do something, but he's taking the brunt of the damage here.
Okay, Shin-Young Kim still trying to fight back, and Byung-Chun Jeon finding it difficult to fight back against Shin-Young Kim, but what can he do? 1 minute and 15 seconds that he has to stay out. Of course, going to be force tagged in, but Shin-Young Kim is making the numbers.
There we go with the Obas at the same time.
Oh my goodness, and Byung-Chun Jeon is going to be out with the help of Daeung Choi with that aerial from Shin-Young Kim. Means that they're going to be the one to pull the advantage early, and now they're further on the ropes now, trying to get the win onto game 3.
This is what happens when your team, all of your teammates have 0 points in tag and interfere, there's still 35 seconds until interfere points come back, and they've already gotten rid of one on the side of coup d'etat. It's not looking good for them right here.
You see the time frame coming in and the wall bang towards Shin and Kim. He's going to try to find another stun, but we do see that escape being available for Shin and Kim, so no problem for him there. But for the meantime, Dougie Kang definitely did his part to contribute to the team, but the rest of his team couldn't deliver, and Byung-Tae already
Oh,
goes
that
out.
lands that CC right there into the area. Windstorm combo. Let's see.
We're going to see this here once again,
Pinyo.
pounding, and Dougie Kang has to be careful. No tag,
Back row
remember. 45 seconds that he has to withstand. Otherwise, Shin and Kim is just going to find the second kill of the game here.
Just poking him down. So you want to stay on top of your Ember Stomp? I'm going to just poke you while you're on it.
So we're going to get so Shin and Kim trying to waste as much time as he can, trying to kill off Stun again
1
before
minute
it goes
go.
out.
All right, Daeyoung Choi comes in. He does have that tag point. So, you know, whenever he's in danger, just tag out is what you're supposed to do here.
Also, he has that full reinforcement from his team, having that interfere on. This is the first
Shin
one
Kim
down.
comes in and
Oh my
takes that
goodness,
kill.
Shin Kim taking that damage on towards Dougie Kang. It's going to be the last one for Sao Kim, for Kurita Zeus. And it seems like a game over for Kurita Zeus in this game 3.
Kim all by himself. Will he be able to do anything by himself with such low health? We'll have to see about that. But Daeyoung Choi still out
Coming
there into
in
the
and
area.
Daeyoung Choi into the air. That is actually perfection being played out by Daeyoung Choi and Young Kim. And clinical finish of that third member, meaning that INFS is going to take the game 3 victory. And now it's going to be having a 2-1 advantage as we head to another tag match.
Yeah, you know, this set 3 tag match was very different from what we've seen in set 1, because set 1, IDEF definitely had trouble going up against Kurita Zeus, and you know, like I said, this was their set to redeem themselves, and they definitely did. And in set 3, it just seemed as if IDEF knew how to manage their points a lot better than Kurita Zeus.
And we thought that INFS would be the stronger team coming in for this winner's match, but we thought after seeing Kurita Zeus win out game 1 that it might just be a little bit closer, but since game 2 and onwards, INFS has definitely looked the stronger team, and now we see a convincing win in this game 3, meaning that game 4, now we can just expect INFS to get home a very clean 3-1 win over Kurita Zeus.
Yeah, you know, it's just the overall management of the tag and the interfere points we've seen. I mentioned it with, I think, around 7-minute mark, where I said if Kurita Zeus keeps wasting and, you know, using their tag and interfere points ruthlessly, they're gonna pay for it later on in the game, and that's exactly what happened when they all had 0 on their point system.
That's what we're gonna get. You did predict that wisely, I think, because we knew that as closer and closer we got to the late game, it's gonna be doomsday for the side of Kurita Zeus, and IDEF definitely knew how to take advantage of that. Just really keeping a good count of their opponents' attack points and also the interfere points. Meant that IDEF knew they were on the upper end. And as we get to the last one here to see if IDEF can just finish off this series with a 3-1 victory. We're going to see Kurita Zeus maybe just pick it up and start just stepping up to get another victory, maybe to pull it back to even.
Yeah, we'll see if they'll be able to take the victory in set 4 to bring it to set 5. But if that's not the case here, if IDES wins set 4, this is done. We'll have to see what happens. I just hope that Kurita Zeus, if they can't take advantage of the point system here with tag and interfere, at least match IDEF so they both run out at the same time, or they both have the same amount of tag or interfere, especially tag points, because you don't get it back. And you know, they ran out of tag points within the first 4 minutes of the 10-minute game that they're supposed to play.
And that's what we're gonna get. You know, Kurita Zeus and IDEF. It seemed that Kurita Zeus was the better tag team, and from our game 1 review, but from that game 3, it seemed as if IDEF now is gonna be on the upper end. See what we can get out. But we're not gonna waste any time, guys, and we're gonna head on to possibly the last match of the series. As you see, IDEF, can they finish out with a 3-1? We're gonna find out in the next game. There you go, Byung-Chen Jun and Shen Kim, once again, very usual suspects of that first starter position for these two teams.
But the early escape being used by Shin Kim.
Oh my goodness! Where'd that come from?
Wow, Sang-ho Kim's interfere came in and oh gosh,
Oh,
this is
man.
definitely they're just going all out.
They're going ham.
Yeah, they're just chopping each other off. Wow,
Wow.
the first 15 seconds
We
was
have
very
two-
chaotic.
We have two 50% health members on the side of Idas after that 15 seconds.
Yeah, that was just crazy. And you know, good eyes on Sang-ho Kim. He saw Shin-Kyung Kim's escape being used super early, being taken out by Byung Chun-jun, and Sang-ho Kim came in for that offensive interference. Wow, that was just very well played on the side of Kurita Zeus.
Such a fast-paced game in this game number 4, and it feels like Kurita Zeus go big or go home, and that's the mindset here. And woo!
Wow.
What a way to start it off, and my goodness.
Hyungyu Kim versus Duggan Kang here. Daeyoung Choi actually comes in here when Hyungyu Kim tags out.
Okay, Hyungyu Kim was trying to be the one to stand out
Execute.
here, but the throw is going to be the one to die out. And Daeyoung Choi to stand here as long as he can, but helping out from the throw. That should be the one to withstand his wits about, but Daeyoung Choi is going to have that throw surviving for the time being. So Duggan Kang's going to take it slow, finally slowing down the pace of this game that has been just wild and chaotic for the first minute or so.
Yeah, and Duggan Kang is just waiting for his Fury to come back within the 10-second mark as we see it on the bottom left side. But the Gust has been used. He has to make his move before he tags out because the Fury does come back here. He procs it.
He's going to be starting up, and we're going to see the Typhoon being planted up. And
Oh, he's going for Shin-Kyung Kim actually, taking some damage.
and now we're going to see the tag point being used. Yep. Duggan Kang to get out of here. Daeyoung Choi finding it difficult to fight back against Sao Kim. Sao Kim suddenly is on fire, putting so much damage onto multiple members. And look at this. Daeyoung Choi. I would like this to be like another game one where you die out this quickly. Sao Kim, he's feeling something right now.
Feeling it. There we go, the leech happens into the aerial.
Okay, but he runs out of time, and Daeyoung Choi does tag out, and Shin Kim is going to be back out to heal. See what he can do against this assassin.
An escape used already here. Stealth is used, alright. Good trades coming in from Sound. Shin Kim into the aerial though.
Kim just trying to provide that aerial assistance for Shin Kim to put the damage on, but really nothing coming towards Byung Chun-jun so far.
Alright, this time around, Kurita Zeus putting pressure on IDEPS. Forcing them to use their tag and interference back to back to back. Not good.
Sanctum and time distortion on both players now, and Chun-jun trying to fight back. Daeyoung Choi is going to be out. And Sao Kim, he's feeling it right now. He knows when the damage output is there, and finishes off Daeyoung Choi as if it's just a piece of paper.
Oh gosh. It's never a good sign when your Warlock goes out. And that actually happened for IDEPS here. We'll see if Hyungyu Kim and Shin-Kyung Kim will be good enough to finish out this series here.
Yeah, you can see Hyungyu Kim getting heavily pressured out, but Kang did not have any more timer. That's for him to stay on track, still on and interfere. Of course, Hyungyu Kim just trying to finish out the throw, just spinning around mindlessly. Not going to find anything for now.
Yeah, not really going to do anything. Hyungyu Kim taking the brunt of the damage here. No escape right now. He does have that tag point. He wants to save it just in case he can stay alive here. 10 more seconds until the escape comes back.
You see Hyungyu Kim just trying to poke at the damage one at a time, but the wall of damage. Byung Chun-jun is going to be the one to finish him off, and Shin Kim is going to be the last one to stand. And we might just get a clean finish from them in the first 5 minutes. Duggan Kang, Byung Chun-jun, and Sao Kim are all alive, very healthy. For the side of Kurita Zeus and Idas, only left for Shin Kim.
Yeah, and Byung Chun-jun still has 2 interfere points left, so this is not looking great for Shin Kim at all.
He has to somehow pull off a 1v3, otherwise he's going to have to draw his team back to a Game 5 scenario. What are we going to see?
You see that?
Typhoon.
Smash
That's
landing
going to be the
into
ultimate.
Typhoon, yeah.
That doesn't connect, but it doesn't matter. Duggan Kang is just going to find enough damage after that Typhoon. It's going to be finishing off this entire side of Idas, and now we're going to go to a full set, going over to game number 5.
Wow, just Kurita Zeus just proving us wrong after we said IDEPS looks like the stronger team. You know, IDEPS proving us wrong when we thought, you know, Kurita Zeus playing so well in set 1, beating out Kurita Zeus in set 3. So it's going back and forth. It's like they're talking. So now we're at set 5. Last match, last set, singles. Who will come out for both of these teams? I'm very curious because this is on the line to go straight to the semifinals.
And you saw Hyun Kim just putting a lot of complaint towards the referee about something in line, but to be honest, I mean, Hyun Kim hasn't done much throughout this entire game, and more contribution coming from Hyun Kim, obviously, but Dan Choi doing his part at times, but Hyun Kim, he needs to step up and really needs to get that done in order to win out game number 5. Of course, he tried to win out in game number 2, which he did. It's all about the tag that serves the most points, especially when you have 3 of them to decide the series. But we're going on to the one last single to see if anybody from IDES has what it takes to come up with another victory to get them into the semifinals.
Yeah, and we just saw in the replay before this screen came out, Hyungyu Kim had that one tag point, and I was saying there was 10 seconds left until the escape came back. Is he going to be greedy and not tag out? And when he did go for that greed, he ended up dying and unable to use that tag point. If he did tag out, maybe there was another chance for Shin Kyung Kim to wait until 3-minute mark, get the interference points, and make something happen. But I don't know. Hyungyu Kim definitely made the wrong call there. We'll see what happens in set 5.
Set 5 will be on, and we're going to find out who's going to be appearing for IDES and also who's going to be appearing for Kurita Zeus. And I feel like IDES this is the time to bring on Shin Kim. And if not anything, and now it's going to be towards the side of Kurita Zeus. Who's going to be sending out? Are we going to see actually Duggan Kang on the Destroyer go for a single? He's been playing wonderfully all day long, and I feel like he might be their best chances for the side of Kurita Zeus to collect the win and maybe just get them to the semifinals already.
Yeah, and Kurita Zeus, especially Byung Chun Jun coming in, the new addition to the team, feeling very confident now, doing fairly well against such a team as IDEPS, where all 3 members are super great and super well known in the Blade and Soul scene. We'll see if Kurita Zeus can come out on top with a new player added onto their roster.
And remember that IDES was the team that made it to the finals of Season 1, but did lose out to GC Busan Red. But who are we going to see here? Are we going to see IDES making a run towards the finals again? Or are we going to see them just being halted to a stop for the time being and maybe have to get to the losers bracket next week to decide their fate for them?
We saw Hyungyu Kim from IDEPS kind of talking to the refs. We'll see if anything is up. No words has come in to us yet if anything will happen, but it seems like they are discussing something in the back because we're just going back and forth on camera from Kurita Zeus and onto IDEPS and back and forth. So we'll see if anything will change here or any of the outcomes will change.
You know that Hyungyu Kim generally is an outspoken person. When he has opinions to share, he will definitely share it without any absence. And he's going to be the one to really share with the referees of what he thought was a little bit problematic. But for me personally, I just think that Hyungyu Kim's personal performance out of the day has been a little bit problematic in itself. And I think maybe he just needs to improve on his own skills. And he has to play a little bit trying to discuss something of what can be solved here. But it seems like it's going to take a little bit longer, guys, as we get back to us. And we're going to try to discuss the details of what's exactly happening. We'll get the word out to you guys as soon as we get them, but it seems like it all started with Hyungyu Kim's complaint.
Yeah, we didn't get the specifics. They are discussing it in the back like we told you. And when we get that information, we'll give it to you right away. But for now, the refs are kind of contemplating on whether to, make a decision regarding Hyungyu Kim's complaint or whatever it may have been. We have no idea yet, but let's hope that the problem is solved to everybody's benefit. And, as we can get on to the last set, which is singles, that will decide the best team of Group B.
And it still hasn't been decided as to, what the decision is going to be. Still, the referees are talking it over, trying to make the best decision for this series here. And that will decide, what we're going to get out of this. Possibly a set 4 rematch, maybe. Something like that could happen. But I think they're just complaining over the fact that set 4, the way they lost out from IDEPS, maybe was due to a little bit of an unfair consequence of something didn't go well in the game,
yeah,
something that was a little bit glitchy or
Yep.
buggy here and there. Maybe that could have been a case. We saw basically a rematch a little bit earlier in the day
Yeah.
due to a bug, and we saw that
Exactly.
happen earlier. So it might just be a prolonging thing. So if it definitely affected the outcome of that game, maybe Idis feels like they deserve another chance to play that tag match over to get the word over. But it's still waiting for an exact answer here, ending, because we could be really anything here.
Yeah, we were telling you that when we get the answer of the decision, we'll let you guys know. But before we know the answer or the decision that the refs make, I want to know what the problem is first, so we can tell you. It's like, this is the problem. They're discussing it, and when we get the answer, we'll tell you. That is the right order. But we don't know the problem, and we don't know the answer, so we can't tell you guys anything until we get word of it. But personally, we talked about this before the camera came to us, and you mentioned it. Hyungyu Kim, regardless of whatever the problem has been in set 4, his performance in general throughout the set is definitely the problem. Is the problem. And maybe that glitchy thing or whatever happened, the problem that he complained about, could have been a big factor for their set 4 loss. However, all the other times that he played, he hasn't shown us anything rememberable. And I have to agree with you on telling Hyungyu Kim to improve just on his plays in general.
I mean, if it was somebody else, maybe if it was Shingyun Kim who's really outspoken about that factor, then maybe we could have considered it. Because Shingyun Kim played pretty well, but Hyungyu Kim, he hasn't played great.
Yeah.
He hasn't played anywhere near great for today's series. So, if that will really result in maybe a change in how the format will be run today, it will be a surprise, because it feels like the referee kind of understand maybe there's a little bit more to this than just maybe an in-game problem that could happen. But still, you see the players discussing it over.
Right. It seems as if you guys see on the screen, the man in blue is definitely a little bit somewhat higher regarding with the problems in the game. So they actually brought the big man down, and Shingyun Kim is explaining him being such an expert on the game. So we do see one of the refs kind of calming down Hyungyu Kim.
Seems like he's on the brink of explosion, and we don't want to see him do that. And
all right, so it seems as if Hyungyu Kim feels, the unfairness that he felt, at least, telling the judges or telling the refs about the problem that he had. We'll see what the final decision will be.
Seems like Kurtazus, they're a bit unshaken. It seems like nothing has really troubled them so far. Maybe they're trying to understand what the problem exactly is, as we're trying to understand, but Hyungyu Kim looks extremely frustrated. As you can see, maybe the decision didn't go his way, and
even though the decision didn't go his way, like we mentioned, unfortunately for his disappointment, as we see on the screen, the fact doesn't change that he has to improve his blade dancer, or just bring out your assassin to the class that you're more comfortable with if it's not working out for you. But it seems like Shingyun Kim is also trying to explain to Hyungyu Kim, of what he should do and how he should calm down. But yeah, let's hope that this match can go on and no big problems will happen due to the decision of the refs.
yeah, so we're just hoping for a resolution. And we got the word in that we will continue on with the set 5. Not going to have a remake of game 4. Means that whatever problem was brought up by the side of Idis and mostly Hyungyu Kim has been kind of negated by the referees, and we're just going to go with it. And Daeun Choi is going to be back out. Sao Kim, it's going to be once again an assassin mirror match. Of course, we saw Sao Kim just not being able to beat out Hyungyu Kim last time around. Daeun Choi is going to be the next one in line, trying to get that another win for them. Of course, Idis completely not out of it yet. They're even ground right now, and Kurtazus definitely can't get to the semifinals in time, but Daeun Choi and the rest of Idis can get this win right here and get to the semifinals just the same. So maybe Hyungyu Kim doesn't need to feel as frustrated as now.
And I just noticed Sang-ho Kim and Daeun Choi have the same frame for their glasses.
You're kidding. Well, different color.
Different color. Yeah, different color, but the frame the design of the frame are very similar. But anyways,
Did they go to the same glass shop or something?
Maybe, but this is the last set, and it is once again an assassin mirror. Sang-ho Kim, like you said, Joe, lost to Hyungyu Kim in an assassin mirror. We'll see if Daeyoung Choi will be able to beat out Sang-ho Kim once again on the assassin mirror match.
Right, anything goes ending. We're gonna have the last match here to decide the fate of IDOS and Kurita Zeus. Who's gonna go on to go up to the finals, to semifinals? Gonna be the first slot being secured. We're gonna find everything decided here on this very last match. Regardless of the frustration coming from Hyungyu Kim, it's still going to be a Game 5 being played. Sang-ho Kim just blowing up a bombard in air just for ceremonies, but we're going to see, of course, the Ice Mine being brought up by Dan Choi, as he likes to do.
Right, but Dan Choi taking the brunt of the damage, getting webbed. He has both escapes. He's got to save it for now.
Okay, Sang-ho Kim
just escapes out.
a lot of damage on it. Still no escape being used by either of these assassins. And Dan Choi might just be able to get finished off without even using an escape, and does finally use the Lotus to escape in time, but Dan Choi might just have to go for the stealth right now. He might just lose all the HP.
Oh gosh, Sang-ho Kim just putting on the pressure on Daeyoung Choi, and if Daeyoung Choi loses, Hyungyu Kim is going to be mad.
Okay.
No, go!
Oh my, this is awkward. This is gonna be ugly. This is gonna get
I
ugly.
feel the heat coming from Hyungyu Kim because
we're
their booth,
right above it.
we're right above IDEP's booth.
We feel the rage and
wow.
anger and the fire coming from downstairs.
It's
and
lit. Literally.
it's litty. It's litty, it's nutty, and oh my word.
Gosh,
oh no.
Oh gosh.
Maybe you should stay here for the extra 5 minutes just to make sure Hyungyu Kim gets out first, and we just don't bother him anymore because he seems pretty angry already. So we will just stay down here. So maybe extra time with you guys. I'm sure you guys are gonna love that. But ooh, this is you go. You know we had this thing in back in school when. When a bullet kid, right? And like he gets like a detention or something because he finally got caught doing a bad thing, and then he's like super angry, right?
Yeah, he's got to put it out on someone.
But then you poke him once again while he's in detention and say, "Hey, you're in detention," and it's like then you make fun of it.
That's
when the explosion happens, and I feel like Hyungyu Kim, the explosion might have just happened. They're not even showing him on screen.
They actually just left. They're not even in their booths already.
Oh wow!
They literally just packed and left. Wow.
Now here's the result, guys. Let's forget about Hyungyu Kim. And this doesn't matter. So we got the results. IDEPS did win out 3-0 against Nyang. Kurita Zeus did beat out Bang. And at 3-1, but does beat out IDEPS in the end on that winner's match, 3-2 in the very end of things. And now we're gonna get to the next matchup of next Saturday. Of course, no more Blade and Soul until we get to the next weekend. We're gonna get GFM and Kudeta with the losers matchup and the second place decider. Will all be decided then, but all these important things that will happen next week will all be due to lots of action being played on next Saturday.
Exactly, and Saturday is very important. Yes, we have the winner's bracket on Sunday, but Saturday we get the first 2 teams that get eliminated. So, let's see what happens next Saturday, because today's outcome, it was very close, especially against Kurita Zeus versus IDEPS, and this difference, IDEPS losing out, going to the losers bracket. What will happen to the other teams that are there? Because IDEPS definitely one of the strongest teams out of the 8. Going to the losers bracket is not a good news for the other 3 teams.
They're going to be joined in by GC Busan Red, also by Kudeta as well. So lots of strong teams in the final 8. That's going to be going to the losers bracket next Saturday with Anarchy and Kurita Zeus going over to the semifinals already. We're going to find out what the next action will be as we get back on next Saturday, and we'll join you back for more Blade and Soul then. We'll see you there.
We started off incredible. you're gonna know what it's like to have someone to turn to. Another day